more details and to find the location nearest you, head to DenverSports.com/shirt.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Most of us are one good deal away from finally replacing that worn-out rug, fixing up the backyard, or getting the bedroom we actually want. Good news, that deal's almost here. Wayfair's Black Friday and July sale. Get up to 80% off area rugs and up to 60% off outdoor and bedroom furniture. Shop Wayfair's huge selection of styles and find the piece to fit your style, budget, and space. Plus, free shipping. Black Friday in July ends July 27th. Shop today at Wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style.
Brenda Stokely from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 40 years. They conduct over 150 auctions every year, selling tens of thousands of items at the price you set. Auctions are held regularly for Colorado government agencies, and they always have big-ticket items at great prices. That's why I love Roller Auction. And almost all bidding is conducted online in real time, and it's open to the public. Anyone can participate. Check back regularly. New auctions are added weekly. Be the first to know about new auctions available for bidding when you sign up for email notifications. Go to rollerauction.com/thefan.
A quieter neighborhood. And even closer to work.
Mom!
With great schools. And we got a way better rate than we expected. Plus, separate bedrooms.
Get a mortgage that adds up. Wings Credit Union. Let's figure it out together. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS number 405466. Insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Mike Evans with all these Bluebird days in Colorado. Enjoy the view through energy-efficient windows from Bluebird Windows and Doors. Through July, it's their Buy More, Save More event. Save up to 20% on your window and door projects. And when you mention you heard it from me, you'll save an extra 5%. Bluebird's family-owned, serving the Front Range for over a decade with windows, doors, and siding built for Colorado's harsh climate. Financing is available. Visit GoBluebirdCO.com. Bluebird Windows and Doors. Make today a Bluebird day.
You know what I could really go for right now? Literally anything that comes in a McDonald's carton, wrapper, or bag. Or a McDonald's cup. Yes, any of those items should do it.
Summer just got even sweeter with soft drinks under $1 at McD's. Get any size soft drink, like a Coke, Sprite, or sweet tea, just 99 cents. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Aero Seal Colorado.
One Wheel Broncos talk. Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Monday, July 20th, smack dab in the middle of the summer, and we are here. We are fresh off a weekend, and we are bursting with content. What up, Phil?
Woo! What's going on, ZB? Happy Monday to you, man. I'm glad that you're in a good mood. I'm glad that you're happy and that Big O did his thing, man, because I know those weekends can be long. Those tournaments can be long, especially if your team's not doing well, your kid's not doing well, then you're kind of just sitting there like, damn, we got to hurry this thing up. And all of a sudden you look up, it's nighttime. You look up the next day, it's Sunday, and the next day you're back at work.
Right. No, that
like I get the feeling.
That's totally how it can be. But yeah, it made my weekend. You know, just as a dad, you know, like because I'm never sure what's going to happen in the future. None of us are. But like we'll have that we'll have that. We have the pictures, we have the videos, and we'll have that. And even if, these kids, all of them collectively will go on and do different stuff, like, you remember when you win a championship.
Of course.
Even if you're 50, you remember when you're 7 years old and you won a championship and you threw your hat and you got a trophy. Like, that's special stuff.
You woke up the next day butt naked saying, Dad, go make me some breakfast.
He literally walked into our room at 6-something in the morning in his underwear on that next morning on Sunday holding that trophy. And it's just like, life is it's a collection. I mean, that's a big moment, but life is really a collection of small moments.
Yeah.
It's very small little things,
Build
just
up.
boring days, but so when you have a day like that, it's special. It's special. Okay. We now know where Bo Nix landed on the NFL's top 100. We had predicted this. We had some guesses. I think we talked about it as recent as last week, and now we know. Today was the day. Bo Nix comes in at 59 in the NFL top 100 list as voted on by the players themselves.
All right.
This is 5 spots higher than he was a year ago when he came in at 64th.
I thought he was going to come in at 59, Z. I think that's what I said. I said 59 on the dot.
No, you didn't.
I know I didn't.
I said I bit off more than I can chew one day with Anilo and I think Will. I said 29, and then I'm like, wait a second,
hold
on.
He brought in 2 lattes, so I was like, okay, ZB. He's just being ZB today. No, I think I said 40, so I went reaching for the stars as well. So 59 though.
What do you think of it?
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Like, you're sitting there at 59. You're not at 64. You're moving up in the world. Now you got to just continue to be consistent. Isn't that something we always talk about? Consistency. And if you are like that and you're like that again this year, well, then the players are like, hey, this is the real deal. This is not just a 2-year sample size. Now this is 3. And if Bo Nix finds a way to get to the Super Bowl, now it's like, man, you jump from 59 to the top 25 real quick, CB. So I'm good with it. I think Bo Nix, does he care as much about it? I don't think so. I think he cares more about making sure that that ankle is healthy enough to get through a full season so he can show the world and show these players that he can be a top dog and try to get to that Super Bowl. Z, what about you, man?
Well, obviously, like, the health is essential, and I'm not going to disagree with you on that. Of all people, I'm not, because big picture, long term. There's concern there, but really, you don't think this is a big deal for him?
I think if he would have got to the top 40, like if he was in 40 or like 30, I think then he would look at it like, wow, man, like I'm moving up pretty fast. But moving up 4 slots,
5,
I think five slots, it's like, okay, I got a lot of work to do. Like, there's still guys out there that are doubting me.
Right.
I'm a quarterback, and you guys have me at 59. Now, I'm in front of Brock Purdy, Trevor Lawrence, Lamar Jackson.
I was going to say, I was going to say that there's really something to be said for that. Like, yeah, you would want to be maybe higher on this list, but the fact that he is ahead of, someone like former number 1 overall pick and proven playoff commodity Baker Mayfield. He is ahead of someone like Brock Purdy, who has played in a Super Bowl. He is ahead of, a 2-time MVP in Lamar Jackson, another number 1 overall pick in Trevor Lawrence. Like, you say this sometimes, like, we're humans. Like, we always want more, right? And that is the human condition.
Well,
we are selfish.
I will say this, EB. He may feel some type of way about 2 guys that are going to be in front of him. 2 quarterbacks.
Just 2?
I don't think Jay McDaniels is going to be in front of him. What I mean is the guys in his class.
Oh, you think Jaden Daniels fell off the list entirely?
I do.
You're probably right.
I'm thinking he fell off the list.
You're probably right.
But now you have someone like Caleb Williams, Drake May. Where are they going to fall on this list?
Right.
And if you're Bo Nix, maybe you'll have a problem with that. Now, of course, you're happy about the Lamar Jackson being in front of him, but you're competing with the guys in your class, too.
Sure.
And everybody right now has put Drake May on a pedestal. So now for Bo, it's like, okay, where are you guys going to place Mr. Drake May? Is he going to crack the top 25 list? Okay, someone like Caleb Williams, is he going to crack the top 25 list? And I'm sitting here at 59?
What is your guess on those 2 questions?
So Drake May is going to be an interesting one. I don't believe Caleb Williams is going to crack the top 25. I think he's similar to Bo Nix. So maybe we see Drake or Caleb Williams like 57, 56.
Caleb Williams?
Caleb Williams. Because they've had the similar.
Phil, I think he's going to be higher on this list
though?
than that.
Tell me why he would be though.
I'm not saying that's how it should be. I can speculate that's going to be the way that it is. Now, maybe not anything crazy like inside the top 25, but if Bo is, what did we say, 59, I mean, Caleb's probably not appearing in the 50s.
You think he's going to hit the 40s?
Yes. If not the 30s. I think that league is a huge fan of his talent. Like, and that's like if you were building the case for Caleb Williams, like it would probably start somewhere with the word talent. I mean, he is just dripping raw talent. You know, we found out last week, I was trying to make the case for Bo that he was faster, game day speed than Caleb Williams. We find out the literal next day that it was actually Caleb Williams was the fastest quarterback in the league last year with the ball in his hands, according to Next Gen Stats. So, yeah.
But he would jump that far, though?
It's just not going to shock me. It's not going to shock me.
Okay.
It's the number one overall
you got
pick.
Players, right? You have players that are creating this list, and they're putting it out there for themselves. Maybe they like Caleb Williams a little bit more than Bo Nix. Maybe you got players like top dogs, like a Max Crosby that hangs out with someone like Caleb Williams. Who knows?
Yeah.
But if Caleb Williams cracks the 40 and Drake May cracks the 40 or the 30, and yet Bo Nix is at 59, what are we doing here? Like, I think all three of those guys should kind of be lined up together around the same area. Drake May, you can move him down a little bit, lower because he did go to the Super Bowl. He was one vote away from winning the MVP. But Caleb Williams and Bo Nix, they're kind of right there neck and neck, right by each other, Z.
I agree with you. I agree. But judging by all these other lists, in addition to this one, there has been a bit of separation. Caleb's been in the top 10 in these quarterback rankings, somewhere 9 or 10. We shall see. Like, we're not going to have to wait long. Probably in the next, week or so, we'll find out here. Nix, number 59 on the NFL's top 100, 5 spots higher than he did last year when he was 64th. He joins teammates Zach Allen, who was 73rd on this list, Cortland Sutton, who was 68th on this list, that have also made the top 100 thus far. The expectation is that who's left on this list to hear their name called? PS2 for sure.
Yep. Nick Bonito
for sure, and Quinn Miners, I would say.
You just said GB, right? GB?
Oh, no, I didn't say Bowles.
GB will be
You
as
think
well.
Bowles will pop up?
I think there's 4 other guys that are going to make the list, and we just listed them. Quinn Miners, Garrett Bowles, PS2, Nick Bonito.
And then if you add in Allen, Zach Allen, and Cortland Sutton, probably looking at 6 top 100 players here as this list continues to unfold throughout the summer. Okay, if you want to react to that conversation, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043, or hit us up on our YouTube chat powered by Sean Ponda. Maybe we can read a response or two from that conversation. I have a different question. What has the best chance of happening this season within the Denver Broncos? I'll present to you 5 options, and we'll talk through it next.
4 straight 50-win seasons. A quiet offseason that's drawing bottom-of-the-league grades, and yet Vegas still has the Nuggets over-under at 49.5 wins. So, is Jokic enough to keep Denver in the conversation while the rest of the West gets better? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Hey, it's Phillip Lindsay here. Do you need a new roof, gutters, or exterior needs? Monarch is your one-stop shop, backed by 16 years of experience and over 10,000 satisfied customers. Their in-house insurance team fights for you, and their white glove service means every detail is handled with care. Competitive pricing, award-winning craftsmanship, And the only roofer the Denver Broncos chose to endorse. A proud member of Team Dave Logan, make the call to your home team, Monarch Construction and Roofing, the official roofer of the Denver Broncos.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975 in Boulder, has a championship-level lineup ready for you to test drive and take home today. They currently have specials on both the BMW X3 and X5 models. The BMW X3 model is a luxury compact SUV that offers balanced handling and a powertrain variety. The BMW X5 model is a high-performance powerhouse luxury model that offers you a thrilling driving experience. They also have a great pre-owned BMW lineup as well. Schedule your test drive today. Go to GebhardtBMW.com.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975.
I joke around and with my wife and call it my bionic knee.
But before Ernest became a patient with QC Kinetics, it was a different story.
I'd go to bed with my knee throbbing, heat, ice. I would get up in the middle of the night to get a drink or something, and I would just be hobbling.
He wasn't able to play on his rec basketball team or work in the yard. But QC Kinetics regenerative treatments turned around the situation without surgery or downtime, using Ernest's own healing properties to help restore his aching knee, now known as Ernest's bionic knee.
I am really happy because I am playing the game that I love so much, and I'm playing with my granddaughter, and I'm gardening, and I'm on my knees, and I'm jumping up. I have a 200-pound dog, and I'm playing with my dog.
Now Ernest is living his best life thanks to QC Kinetics, and so can you. Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986. 303-900-8986.
It's home selling season. And what's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. That never happens with Orchard. Low ball offers can wear you down, causing you to settle for thousands less. You don't have to settle when you sell with an Orchard agent. Orchard reinvented the real estate industry by guaranteeing your home sale. Their local agents help you sell on market for top dollar. First, Orchard gives you cash up front to buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then, once you're settled in, your Orchard agent helps you sell your home on market for top dollar. Here's what one customer said. I went under contract within 24 hours of my home listing, which was amazing. With Orchard, you never have to settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Curious how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Most families get their financial advice in pieces. A financial advisor here, a CPA there, an estate attorney somewhere else. Everyone means well, but nobody's talking to each other, and those gaps can work against you. Trajan Wealth's family office brings wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning together, not as separate conversations, but as one coordinated system built around your life, your goals, and the people who matter most. Ours is a true family office, not one that refers you out because it's convenient. This kind of dedicated collaboration used to require a 7-figure net worth, but here's the game changer. Trajan kicked that door open. Trajan advisors are fiduciaries, always obligated, always honored to act in your best interest. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax.
Don't guess on major HVAC, plumbing, or electric repairs. Get a free second opinion and same-day service from Fix It 24/7. Honest answers, fast help. Visit FixMyHome.com today.
This segment on The Fan is brought to you by Homestrong, Colorado's foundation repair and concrete experts.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
What is the best chance of happening this season within the Denver Broncos? I'll read one RamosLaw.com text before we shift gears.
They talking to us nicely?
Well, just depends. I'll read one.
It's 2:30. We just started the show.
Yep.
We're still pissing people off already?
And we'll get back to the, because I have follow-up stuff about Bo, questions and some assertions about Bo as we head into the fall. I mean, we are, guys, training camp is next week.
Man.
Training camp is next week.
Here we go. Let's go.
I mean, are you kidding me? We are on the doorstep of the 2026 season. HB on the RamosLaw.com text line. Come on, fellas. Got to be a real homer to think that Bo Nix is on par with Caleb Williams. Get real. Sean Payton would drop Bo Nix like a bad habit if he got a chance to coach Caleb.
Damn, HB.
Do I think that Sean Payton would love to coach Caleb Williams? Of course. Caleb Williams is, from a talent standpoint, a quarterback wet dream. He is just
he has everything, right? The tangibles, like to be this great quarterback. He moves well. He has a strong arm. He showed it multiple times last year, just like Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Right? You get to the playoffs against the Green Bay Packers. We're talking about Caleb Williams right now. Caleb finds a way to get out that pocket. All right, he's like 10 yards behind.
Dude, it was nuts.
It launches the thing.
It was nuts.
And they score and win the game, right? Like, you have to be a special quarterback in order to do things like that and be as accurate as someone like Caleb Williams.
And I'll say this too. Like, we were here in Denver wandering through the quarterback desert for about 8 years. So it was almost a decade, okay? The Chicago Bears have been looking for a quarterback for 50 years. Think about this. Like, did Caleb throw for 4,000? He didn't. Yeah, so no Bears quarterback has ever thrown for 4,000 yards. Think about that.
Who was the quarterback in the Super Bowl they went to with Levy Smith? That
was it Rex Grossman? Yeah, Rex Grossman.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean they've had like who's the closest representation to a franchise quarterback? So you had Jim McMahon, Jay Cutler, but he was not very good in Chicago. He just wasn't very good.
He had one really good year, like when he got to the NFC Championship game.
Okay.
And left that game injured.
Okay.
And was pouting on the sidelines, as he tended to do.
Yeah, that's Jay.
Sid Luckman?
Sid Luckman
from like back in the day.
Way back in the day.
But yeah, so the Broncos have had a charmed existence at the quarterback position, and it was 8 years, and that felt like an eternity. He shows up in Chicago, and in year number 2 is balling out in the playoffs. So like, to HB's point, do I think that they're in the same category? I do. Do I think that most coaches would take Caleb Williams over Bo Nix? Probably.
But you know what? The beauty of this is you got another season. It's going to be year 3 for both these quarterbacks. This is where you start to have the separation.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's like if Caleb Williams can do what he did last year, but Bo Nix doesn't take a step back, well, now you're sitting here saying that's why the Bears drafted Caleb Williams in the first round, first pick overall. Right?
Sure.
Vice versa, you have Bo Nix that goes out there and slings that thing, which he should be able to throw for 4,000 yards with the adding Jalen Waddle, Cortland Sutton back, Troy Franklin, Mims.
If the attempts are the same.
If the attempts are the same.
Or similar.
Or let's just say Jalen Waddle breaks a couple long ones off, or Cortland decides he wants to break a long one off. It helps skew those stats and helps Bo Nix out as well.
Sure.
So time will tell.
Time will tell. We'll get back into that conversation because there's still so many layers left to it. We'll get back to it, have some fun at the top of the hour. But what has the best chance of happening this season within the Denver Broncos? I'll give you 5 options, okay?
That's a lot of options.
J.K. Dobbins goes for 1,000 yards and snaps one of the league's longer 1,000-yard lists.
I'm ready for that.
Streaks, which the last guy that did it is sitting across from me, looking portly. Has been retired for a minute.
Look at these pythons, these garden snakes.
Cortland Sutton goes for 1,000 yards. Jalen Waddle goes for 1,000 yards. Nick Bonito goes for 15 sacks, or Evan Ingram goes for 800 yards. Which of those 5 things is the most likely to happen? Because obviously multiple of these things can happen in the same season.
It probably will happen.
Okay.
But most likely, Z?
Yeah, what do you think the most likely between Dobbins goes for 1,000, Sutton goes for 1,000 with Waddle, Waddle goes for 1,000 with Sutton still on the roster, something that he didn't do a year ago without Sutton on the roster. Nick Bonito getting to 15 sacks, or Evan Ingram getting to 800 yards.
Give me Torpedo Bonito with 15 sacks this year. Nick Bonito had 14 sacks last year.
He did.
Right? He started to slow down at the end of the year. Nobody wants to hear me say this, but the man was hurt. Obviously, that was true. He ended up having surgery on his wrist. So that's something that you have to take into consideration why someone like Nick Bonito slowed down a little bit. Now, no excuse. You're out there. You got to make the plays. I think Nick Bonito takes that next step. All right, knowing that you know this system, that you've been in the system for 3 years, knowing that you know what you can bring to the
4
table.
years.
4 years.
Oh, yeah, this would be year 4.
Yeah. Knowing that you're comfortable and confident in what you bring to the table, and now you can just go out there and play fast. What do I always say? Knowledge equals confidence equals playing fast. When you know what you're doing, now you're confident out there. Now you're trying new things, being a little riskier. Now you're playing faster, and you come up with those sacks. And if Jonathan Cooper does play this year, which I think we think he's going to play, it's going to help out with the balance of things where you have J. Coop coming off the edge, flushing someone, a quarterback, let's just say it's Drake May, flushing him to the outside, and now it's easier for Nick Bonito to make that sack. Give me Nick Bonito for 15 sacks this year, ZB. I'll take the money out of your pocket and bet it all on Nick Bonito.
Man, all of this stuff lives within reality. All of it lives within reality. And we know that because some guys were either on pace to do it and got hurt, like JK, had done it before. Literally, Sutton has done this in back-to-back years. Waddle's gone over 1,300, but now they're sharing the same space.
Mm-hmm.
Benito was just on the doorstep of this number a year ago, and Evan Ingram, we've seen him surpass this number, and I think that it's still, although he went for this past season, went for, just over half that, 461 yards. Gosh, that is a low number comparatively to our expectations coming in. But he can still get to 800 yards. I think that lives within reality. It's not absurd to suggest.
Do you believe he's going to? Like deep down in your heart,
No,
ZB?
No, I don't. But that's why I put it at 800 and not 900 or 1,000. I think that should be attainable if he has a revival type of season.
All right.
I think the most likely thing to happen among these 5 options is Cortland Sutton going for 1,000 yards. Is Cortland Sutton going for 1,000 yards?
You're on this Cortland Sutton thing right now, huh?
And the reasoning, just through the process of elimination,
okay,
right? I think Ingram is going to be have some better games, but in aggregate, I don't think his stats are going to be that more meaningfully impressive year over year.
So what do you think? 500 yards, 400 yards, maybe
I'd
2 or 3 touchdowns.
I'll go 500 yards,
okay.
but the impact is different in that he'll have games where it was like, you don't win that game without Evan Ingram. I don't think we can point to many games, if maybe one. The
Eagles game.
The Eagles game.
Where Evan Ingram scores the game-winning touchdown.
4-yard touchdown, maybe something like that.
It was like 7 yards, and he wasn't even the first read.
Or second read.
You know, in the development of that play, he was the third or fourth read where Bo Nix is scrambling out, sees Evan Ingram, just dishes it down to him. Evan Ingram falls into the end zone, gets his 1 touchdown of the year.
Yeah, and so I'm hoping that much like you look at Ingram's stats from this past season and say, the stats were actually more impressive than he was and his impact was on game days. I'm hoping that it's the opposite this year, that the stats are similar and don't necessarily tell the whole story of how impactful he was in these 3 different games instead of just one, something like that. So, but I'm not banking on anywhere near 800 yards. We've never seen Dobbins get to 1,000 yards, all right, and never seen him stay healthy, so I'm not banking on that. Benito can certainly get to 15 sacks, but if I'm picking what's the most likely, sacks are oftentimes circumstantial, and so you're not always in control of whether you get a sack or not.
Well, I don't know, man. Like you have full control of going out there and getting the sack. It's between you and you with that left tackle. Maybe somebody chips you off the edge. With receivers and running backs, you're hoping the quarterback gets you involved, especially at receiver. You're hoping that receiver or that quarterback throws you the football, Z. Where you're at the pass rusher, it's between you and that left tackle, right tackle, and getting to that damn quarterback.
Good point, but I do still believe that sacks are more circumstantial because when you're on offense, you're dictating what's going to happen. Like you're the target, you're the aim. Defensively, you can't control whether they throw it or pass it or if someone else gets there before you or what have you. Anyway, I'm giving you my explanation.
This is your world. We're just living in it.
So I'm not doing Benito 15 sacks in terms of most likely. In terms of the most likely, okay? And I'm not going to go Waddle for 1,000.
Of course you're not.
Because I although I believe that could happen, and maybe you'll say should happen.
It will happen.
I'll go with the guy who's already done it 3 times in Denver. I'll go with the guy who's done it back-to-back years with Bo. So like this idea that Waddle is more likely to go for 1,000.
ZB, you must be taking crazy pills, like you like to say. You must be taking crazy pills because you said the best formula for success for the Denver Broncos this year is nobody reaches 1,000.
That's right.
And everybody
That's right.
gets involved. Now you're saying
everybody
go
eats
for 1,000.
If we're doing the exercise of what's most likely, I'll go with the guy who's done it 2 years in a row with the same guy that's going to be throwing him the ball this year.
Okay. All right. Well, Waddle has done it 3 years in a row before at the beginning of his career. Okay, and then he had a setback where he went for a little over 700 yards. Then he had the 910 yards last year, and now he's with a better organization, better quarterback, with a really good receiver on the other side. I mean, Waddle's going to get to 1,000 yards.
He definitely can. He definitely can. But there's only one guy in this exercise when I say what's the best chance of happening. Dobbins runs for 1,000. Sutton goes for 1,000. Waddle goes for 1,000. Benito has 15 sacks. Or Ingram has 800 yards. There's only one guy on this list that has done the thing that I'm asking what's the most likely to do, and he's done it multiple times. And he's done it multiple times with this QB. So I'll go with Sutton goes for 1,000 yards is the most likely between those 5 options. You're going with Benito, 15 sacks. Hopefully both of those things come true. Hopefully all this stuff comes true, and the Broncos go undefeated and win the Super Bowl.
You get 1,000. You get 1,000. You get 1,000. Oh, you get 15. 15 sacks.
Oh my gosh! All right, there is something legitimately historic happening within the Rockies, and it demands your attention. That's next.
They're back. Our free limited edition Training Camp 2026 t-shirts. We currently have drops at various Santiago's Mexican restaurants across the metro area. Limit 1 per person while supplies last. For more details and to find the location nearest you, head to DenverSports.com/shirt.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here for AeroSeal Colorado. Hey, when your air conditioning kicks on, is that cold air that flows through your vents in your HVAC system going where it's supposed to go with the pressure that it's supposed to have? Because the answer is probably not if your duct system isn't aero-sealed up. Guys, AeroSeal Colorado, patented technology where they seal your HVAC system from the inside. Guys, they looked inside our HVAC at my house, and we realized that cold air was just spilling into a crawl space aimlessly. That's losing out on that cold air in a room where it should be. Wasted energy, wasted financially every single month paying that bill. Don't let that happen. I'm talking energy, efficiency, saving money on an increasing utility bill. 4.9 rating on Google. Go learn what I already know at aerosealcolorado.com. That's A-E-R-O sealcolorado.com.
Colorado's 150th birthday. What do you even get the state that has everything? Wildflowers, sunshine, 4 seasons in a single day? Seems like that's covered. How about the new 150th birthday scratch game from the Colorado Lottery? It's loaded with $150 prizes for you and helps give back to Colorado's great outdoors. Happy birthday, old buddy. Don't remember you celebrating my birthday, but I guess you're the big shot here. New 150th birthday scratch. Must be 18 to play.
Hey, this is Rob Biandino at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled 7,000 cases, over 300 trials. If you've been injured in a car accident or property damage, you need our help. I handle all my cases personally. I know all the medical experts, all the damage experts to get you the most for your injuries and your damages. If you're injured in an accident, call me. I will go to war for you. The insurance company knows that I'm a trial lawyer. That will get you more money, a better settlement at the end of the day. Give me a ring, 720-706-5151. Hit me up at BeatTheDA.com.
Hi, this is Larry Jagger with SCL Mortgage, letting you know about our second mortgages for anything you need, including home improvements, paying off debt, and more. Visit us at myspecialmortgage.com or call 303-790-2222, NMLS number 1200716.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, it's Zach here. If you're working on your home this summer, lock in a low-interest loan with 5280 Exteriors, as low as 6.99% for 15 years. Get those dream windows, siding, or decking project. Visit 5280exteriors.com. The altitude of quality.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. Get a free oil filter and more during the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone, now through July 27th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Spine One. Let me ask you a question. You live with back pain, neck pain. Well, my guys at Spine One, they're an emergency room for back pain with same-day appointments. They'll see you and they'll get the journey started. And that's exactly what I did. Whether it's chronic pain, acute pain, work-related, sports-related, doesn't matter. All you got to do is pick up the phone and start your journey just like I did toward pain-free. 303-367-2225. That's 303-367-BACK. Or as always, you can find them online at spineone.com.
This segment on The Fan is built by Smart Local Union 9.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, there is something happening right now that is legitimately historic in Denver sports. It demands your attention. That's my opinion. We'll see if you agree here in a second. Before we get to that, guys, got to tell you, this Wednesday from noon to 1 p.m., it's the next giveaway of our free limited edition Training Camp 2026 T-shirts. We're going to be at Santiago's Mexican restaurant located at 1485 East Eisenhower Boulevard in Loveland. Shout out to our friends up in Loveland. One of the first place I ever went when I moved to Colorado.
Was Loveland?
Yeah, I'll tell you that story in just a second.
What the hell were you doing?
I'll tell you in just a second. Limit one per person, okay, while supplies last. For more details and to find out the location nearest you, head to DenverSports.com/shirt. Yeah, so when we first moved to Colorado, we're like, we want to go, we want to see the mountains. And it was like, and I was dragged for this at the time, but it was like.
We're going to drag you again.
We
are going to drag you right now.
I'm sure you will.
Loveland.
But Loveland Pass. So you are going up the mountain.
Yeah.
Okay. And at the time when I first moved here, I wasn't making any money back in New York. And I had a little 2006 Toyota Solera, okay, that got totaled by hail. And, dude, we were planning on going, and it snowed the night before. And it snowed pretty good, dude. And we said we're going to go up this mountain anyway. And I was shaking like a leaf because it's only 2 lanes. And then there's the side of the mountain.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
And, dude, the snow is coming off of the mountain, right? And so it pushes the car that's in the lane going down a little bit further out. And we should have never gone. But dude, my tires felt like we were hanging off the mountain, and I had never done anything like that in the past.
You, your wife?
It was just me and my wife.
Okay,
we didn't have kids yet.
Okay, yeah.
And I just remember gripping the steering wheel of the Toyota Solera going up Loveland Pass after a snowstorm. Talk about just ill-advised, just dumb. And goodness gracious,
that's why women live longer, Z, because we do dumb stuff like that.
There you go.
We're gonna be just fine. We're gonna hike up this mountain. Get your backpack.
Gosh,
yeah, it's scary.
It was anxiety, just dripping off of me. Okay. There's something legitimately historic happening within the Colorado Rockies. It does demand your attention, and it's got to do with Hunter Goodman. This guy is having a historical season right now. And we know two things are ultimately true at the same time. The Rockies are a galaxy better than they were a year ago, on pace to not lose 100 games for the first time in years, on pace for currently it is a 22-game improvement. But we also know that they're not good, right? So
yeah, we know that.
We know the framing of this. But Hunter Goodman, another 3-jack day? Are you kidding me? The second time this season, he's hit 3 home runs in one day. He is the first Rockies player in the history of the organization to have 2 different 3-homer games in one season. He had one back in late June against the Twins. He now has 30 dingers this season, trailing only Kyle Schwarber, who's got 33 from the Phillies, having a hell of a season, and Yordan Alvarez, who's got 31. What do those players have in common? They're both DHs. This guy, you made a statement on Friday. You said, I think he's going to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, I said 38. I think he was going to end with 38 home runs.
He said, Phil, hold my beer.
He said, holler at me when you're sober.
Give me my bat and hold my beer. And goes for 3. Are you kidding me? This guy's having just a legendary season.
Hunter Goodman, he is just in the zone, right? That's what you call it when you don't care about anything else. He's looking at himself getting better, but also he wants to get paid. He wants that big-time payday. How do you do that? You got to continue to stay consistent. You have to continue to show that you belong here with the Colorado Rockies. Or Hunter Goodman can say, hey, look, if you're trying to sell me off, sell me somewhere like the Dodgers where I can help out and I can win a bunch of games, but also I can have a little bit of fun and keep doing what I'm doing. So he's in a zone, and it's fun to watch.
It's so fun to watch. Guys, you have to, even if it's going back on YouTube and watching the highlights, you have to watch Hunter Goodman's day. I have to call a quick timeout. House cleaning.
What'd I do?
Oh, my goodness. The text line is just all over me, and no one corrected me. Now, I said it in passing and wasn't specific about it, but when I said, because I did the T-shirt read for Loveland.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I said the first thing that me and my wife did, or one of the first things, is we went up Loveland Pass. And the RamosLaw.com text line all over me about the town of Loveland and Loveland Pass are 2 totally different places.
Oh, yeah, but you were just thinking of it like Loveland.
It just jogged my memory, and it talked about that story. But yeah,
text line, relax.
They are on me. They are on me.
Go back to Buffalo. Yes, that's why you're a Josh Allen fan.
What? my gosh! Forgive me. But
Hunter Goodman.
This Hunter Goodman story. Yeah. I mean, dude, so Johnny Bench holds the NL record for home runs in a season. In terms of like a catcher with 45, Hunter Goodman right now, I cannot believe this is real. He is on pace to break it. Like, that is insane. I don't know if he's going to be able to get there. My guess is probably not.
What did you have him at the end of this year?
43.
Okay, so you said 43. I said 38. Are you changing yours to like what, 44 now, 45, or you keeping it at 43?
I'm going to keep it at 43. Well. He's doing better than well. I mean, this is historic.
I'm sorry. He's doing historically well.
It was his 10th multi-homer game in just his 4th season. The Rockies found something here. I mean, this guy is one of the better players, certainly positionally, in the entire league.
Well, at least we know he's not going anywhere. The Rockies aren't going to trade him. Now, if they do, they're foolish. You're trying to rebuild and build around younger players. Hunter Goodman, we've talked about this multiple times, is 26 years old. All right, he's in his prime. He's only going to get better, hopefully, as time goes on. You start building around him, get a really good farm system, get a couple top 100 prospects. Then 2033, 32 comes rolling around, the Rockies are going to be just fine.
Hey, well, I mean, you can, but dude, if they keep getting incrementally better like this, which is the hope, I mean, Goodman is young enough where he can be firmly a part of this core. Firmly. And you think about some of the great players in the history of this organization. All right. Only 3 other Rockies players recorded multiple 3-run home games during their career. Hall of Famer Larry Walker, Hall of Famer Todd Helton, and Carlos Gonzalez. I mean, he has put himself in really awesome company. He's the first Rocky with 30 home runs before August since Todd Helton did it near the turn of the century. So a really, really awesome story within Denver sports happening right in front of us. Okay, Bo Nix heard his name called this morning on the NFL's top 100 list as voted on by the players. What do we like and not like about his slotting? We'll get to it next.
Jalen Waddle's here. Davis Webb's calling plays. The defense that reached the AFC Championship is back. But the number one storyline at Broncos training camp starts and ends with Bo Nix's ankle.
Are you positive that ankle's broken?
Is he fully healthy? And what does that mean for Denver's Super Bowl hopes? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
I'm Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. A lot of new firms aren't even from Colorado, but we are. For 47 years, we've known Colorado law, we've fought for our neighbors, and we won for our community. If you've been injured, call 303-GOOD-LAW.
There are so many out-of-state roofing companies, and roofing companies claiming to be locally owned, yet owned by out-of-state private equity firms.
Denver Roof Pros is the real deal. We are truly locally owned and operate right out of Denver.
We've been serving the Front Range and the Eastern Plains from Fort Collins to Colorado Springs for 10 years.
Choose local. Choose DenverRoofPros.com.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof like the Denver Roof Pros. Hey!
So this is Todd Whalen. I'm here with Deanna, an Advanced Tax Solutions client. How did Advanced Tax Solutions fix your problem?
They solved the tax years where I had made errors. They filed the years that I was delinquent in, and they helped me make a payment plan with the IRS.
How does it feel now that the problem is fixed?
Amazing. As a matter of fact, we use advanced tax every year for our regular filing, and I just have a huge sense of relief knowing that that part of adulting is done for me.
Now, how do you feel about the staff of Advanced Tax Solutions?
The staff have always been kind, considerate, and caring. I feel like I'm the only customer when I'm there.
Any advice for anybody out there listening?
Don't be afraid to ask for help. The people at Advanced Tax will not judge you. They're there to help, and they're there to listen. Reach out before it's too late.
Thank you so much, Deanna. We'd love to help anyone out there listening. It's Advanced Tax Solutions, 303-753-6040.
Colorado, it's time to take our recycling to the next level. That's why Recycle-On Colorado is bringing you more curbside and drop-off service from peaks to prairies. Guidelines as clear as our skies, so you know what goes where. And the price? As free as gawking at bighorns on I-70. You deserve a recycling system you can count on, like your puffiest winter coat. And we're here to give it to you. Learn more at recycleon.org/Colorado.
You know that feeling, sitting at the kitchen table, staring at a stack of bills, wondering how you got here? Credit cards, car payments, subscriptions you forgot about. It all piles up. But here's the thing. If you own a home, you're sitting on the answer. American Financing can help you declutter your monthly bills into a single manageable payment. Their salary-based mortgage consultants look at your entire financial picture, not just one piece, all right? The average customer savings is $800 a month. You may delay 2 mortgage payments and may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there is never any upfront fees or obligation with American Financing. This is a family-owned lender, not one of those big banks where you're just a number. So pick up the phone and start that conversation at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or simply visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
There's a difference between the cameras you buy at Home Depot and the cameras Vantage installs. Consumer cameras give you a grainy silhouette. Vantage cameras can read a license plate at the end of your driveway with full-color night vision, 24/7 recording, and no monthly subscription fees, so you never miss a thing. Invest in real security for your home. Schedule a free Vantage Threat Zone Analysis report for your property. Call Vantage at 720-366-7759 or visit VSSIColorado.com today.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here, and if you're over 50, there's a good chance you're dealing with an enlarged prostate. Waking up at night, weak stream, all of it. Here's the good news. PAE, prostate artery embolization, is minimally invasive, done through a tiny pinhole, and you're home the same day. Most men who have PAE don't experience any sexual side effects associated with conventional prostate surgery. At Colorado Advanced Endovascular, their experienced team offers specialized prostate treatment with near zero impact on sexual function. Lakewood location, personalized care. Visit coloradoae.com.
If you're considering sedation dentistry and want to learn more about it, Clarkson Dental can help. When it comes to your health, you want to make sure you know all the details. The highly trained professionals at Clarkson Dental have your answers. Learn more at coloradosedation.com.
Hi, I'm Donnie, owner of Fitness Gallery, where we believe there's nothing more important than your health. We've just celebrated our 27th year in business. Thank you for your continued support.
Hey, Broncos country, I'm Terrell Davis. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. Work out on your schedule from the privacy of your own home.
At Fitness Gallery, we have the nation's lowest prices on the highest quality products that stand the test of time.
Imagine this, no more wasting time in traffic, no more crowded gyms.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay. Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
All right, 1 hour in the books. Quicker than the New York Minute. Hanging out with you here on a Monday. And that first hour flew by. Appreciate you guys being here with us. And covered a lot of ground there in that first hour and a lot to go. Okay, Bo Nix heard his name called this morning. Good for Bo Nix, man. Good for Bo. Good for Bo. And so he gets his name called on the NFL Top 100 as voted on by the players. Like, what is the view of you from inside the league in which you play? And as talking to someone who has been on this list, like you were, Mr. Phillip Lindsay.
Oh, man, I'm blushing.
Once upon a time, number 68, right?
60, yeah. 68.
Number 68?
68 or 64, one of those. 68.
Yeah, 68, because that's what Sutton was, right,
Yeah.
last week.
We'll just go with 64 next time.
Yeah. So it's just a unique honor. It's just a little bit different.
It is, because it's coming from your peers, right? It's coming from players that you're playing against every Sunday. And I say this all the time, Sunday, a Monday night football game or a Thursday night football game. And so when you start to generate the buzz around the NFL and as a player saying, hey, man, you're a hell of a player, that feels really good, right? It's validating that you belong in that league, because the league, right, it's NFL not for long. And if you go out there and you're not consistent enough, you're not going to be in a league long enough for you to have accolades like this. So for Bo to be able to be on this list and has dropped, that's what it's all about. Are you getting better every single year?
Drop by the number.
By the number.
Risen up the list. And I know this is
it's
always
so how do we
confusing.
want to do it?
It's always confusing. It's just a matter of how you phrase it. Because when you say he dropped, it's like
he dropped from 64
to 80. Right?
Okay, but
like Lamar Jackson
okay, yeah.
dropped 60 spots or whatever it was, 67 spots.
So he's climbing up. He's climbing up the board.
He's climbing up
the
list.
59.
Yes. So yeah, he was 5 spots higher than he was a year ago when he was 64th. All right, he's higher on this list than the likes of Brock Purdy, who has played in a Super Bowl. Number 1 overall pick Baker Mayfield, who has brought multiple teams to the postseason.
Yep.
Jordan Love, who was roundly ranked ahead of Bo Nix on each of these lists that we were talking about last week, the polling from inside the league. So this is different, man, because you had that list that came out 1 week ago today, okay? Last Monday, the ESPN anonymous polling from executives, scouts, and coaches. All these quarterbacks, or not all of them, but like Lamar Jackson was ahead of Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence was ahead of Bo Nix, Jordan Love was ahead of Bo Nix, Baker Mayfield was ahead of Bo Nix. I don't know Brock Purdy. I think he might have been.
Yeah,
I forget.
I want to say Brock was ahead of Bo Nix as well.
So all of these quarterbacks that were ahead of Bo Nix by league executives, coaches, and scouts are all behind Bo Nix when you ask
what the players think.
Because the players know best. The players are out there actually competing against somebody like Bo Nix. All right, Max Crosby having to try to tackle Bo Nix and stop him from scoring a touchdown. So you're going to believe the players to a certain extent of hey, when you're out there and you're balling, you have to give and put respect on a player's name. The coaches, executives, the scouts, like they have agendas sometimes where they don't want to believe it. And especially if they didn't pick that player, they don't want to believe that player is as good as people are telling them or telling the world. So they want to hold on before they start to crown somebody, which I understand. But the players are out there competing against each other. So you have to take that and understand that there's a little bit more respect around that because it's the players.
Very interesting. They just see it a lot different than the people who work on the second level of the building, right? And so
you don't ever see the guys in the second level. If you do, you're probably getting fired.
Well, this is, they do a special on NFL Network of this, and they have guys speak on the record about these players. And we should go back. You know what we have to do? We need to go back and play yours.
Man,
because I haven't sing it in years.
I was probably talking like the Tasmanian devil, babble mouth.
That's before we taught you how to speak the English language. I want to go back in the archive. I really do. But we should, because do you remember who spoke about you?
Yeah, so I remember one of them being Fred Warner, linebacker from the San Francisco 49ers.
Dog.
So yeah, exactly. It's always good when you have a guy like that speaking highly of you. And there was another one, I want to say from San Fran as well, that spoke about me. And then it was Von Miller, Bradley Chubb, and that was it. Like you want to make sure you have a mixture of your team,
right,
teammates,
right,
and guys around the league that are talking about you. And if you have too many of guys that are on your team just talking about you and not enough of the other players,
right,
then you need to start scratching your head saying, okay, like what's real and what's not. Like I want to hear from Max Crosby telling me I'm a bad mother. Shut your mouth, right? That is better than just like a PS2 talking about you.
Well, we have the audio here. So this is what played this morning on all the NFL's social media channels, and this is what ultimately will play on the NFL Network. It's about 2 minutes long, a little bit longer than we would normally play, but on a day like today, I think it's worth it. The voices that you're going to hear are Pat Surtain. You're going to hear the voice of Max Crosby, and you're going to hear the voice of Garrett Bowles, and I think that mostly covers it. Now, you'll hear some like game action and stuff like that, some like natural audio, again, that we wouldn't normally play, but I want to play it all together because this is what the NFL released this morning.
It was against the Cowboys. He made a throw like it was a dot, like over two defenders.
Bo Nix threw an absolute BB to Cortland Sutton. Perfect throw.
When he made that throw, I was like, man, not many quarterbacks can make that throw, man. Bo's a gamer.
When Bo needs to make a play, he's able to make big plays.
To the goal line, Bo Nix into the end zone.
He's athletic. He's got a great arm.
Throws the ball, fades, deep corner, caught, touchdown, Marvin Mims.
Bo Nix is not afraid to make these throws.
Touchdown, Denver. Man, what a throw by Bo Nix. Can run if he wants to. Nix to the 5, Nix to the goal line, touchdown, Denver.
He's a dog. I'll give it to him.
I don't know what it is, but like when he's down and he feels like the urgency picks up, it's like he turns into Superman.
Sean Payton talked to us about that. He said his guys look at Bo Nix and they never feel like they're out of the game.
And on the final play of the game, the Denver Broncos have beaten the Kansas City Chiefs.
Bo Nix knows how to win. They've had all these comeback wins. He is truly a winner.
Could Bo Nix be putting another notch in his comeback belt?
The Broncos have 13 comeback wins this year. That's the most in the history of the NFL.
That fourth quarter magic, man, I mean, he's a freak of nature.
And the fourth quarter magic remains for Denver. We've seen it before from Bo Nix, the comeback, but this is a really big hill.
Bo scampers into the end zone with a Denver touchdown. Nix rolls to his right, throws a ball into the flat. Denver has a touchdown. New York 26, Denver 23.
I think my favorite moment is when we called a pin and pull play against the Giants. He takes the handoff, I make a real block, he scores, we win the football game. We scored like 30 points in the fourth quarter.
What a comeback by the Denver Broncos.
What's up, baby? Hey, you're a hell of a competitor, man. You already know I love playing against every single time.
Man, that's pretty cool, isn't it?
It really is. It really is. It's funny that GB says the best player, he's part of it, blocking for Bo Nix for the game-winning touchdown,
yes,
right?
Yes, that was a
GB.
hell of a play.
It was. It was. And then for PS2, there's so many passes that Bo Nix had last year that you could have talked about, right? When we're playing the Washington Commanders, and Bo Nix was getting ready to get tackled. If you remember, he was almost about to touch the ground. It throws it to Cortland
for
the touchdown.
That's right. Yes.
Right? Bo Nix in the playoffs
I
against
forgot
the Buffalo
about that.
Bills.
Yeah, that pass to Marvin Mims was ridiculous.
Instead, PS2 said the Cowboys, when the Cowboys had the fifth stringers
I was going to say they had their practice squad secondary that day.
He said that was a pass, baby.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. What do you think is the best pass? And by the way, at the very end of that sound you heard, someone saying, "Hey, I love competing against you." I think that was Travis Kelce.
Yes,
I want to say at
Travis.
the end, and then the voice that you heard say, "Bo's a dog." I'll give it to him. That was Max Crosby.
Yeah, Mad Max.
And what do you think the best throw of Bo's 2-year career is?
2-year career.
Yeah.
I am going to say the one from the Commanders. Z, if you go back and you guys really watch that play, go to YouTube, type in Bo Nix versus the Commanders. Bo Nix is gets flooded out of the pocket or moves up in the pocket. He's getting ready to run like Bo Nix usually does, but this time Bo Nix sees that Cortland Sutton's coming back inside for a touchdown. Bo Nix is getting ready to get hit, and as he's getting ready to touch that ground with his knees, which would put him down, he gets the ball out of his hands like a Patrick Mahomes play.
Unreal. I'm watching it right now, dude.
Touchdown.
To Sutton.
And it was just that right there is what a great elite quarterback will do, right? Make something out of nothing, find ways to get the ball out of his hands, find ways to score a touchdown when it matters the most, and Bo Nix did that.
And that is a play, and I'm going to make the cardinal thing that I
get you. What? Go ahead, say it. Go ahead and say it.
One of the things that it's unfair to say it drives me nuts because I don't let it bother me, really. But one of the things I often roll my eyes at is when
I drive you nuts all the time.
You do. But one of the things that I see on social media predominantly is when Bo Nix will have a play, it goes something along the lines of this. If Patrick Mahomes did that, they'd stop SportsCenter and they would air it on a 24-hour loop. And I'm like, well, hold on a second. Bo Nix and Pat Mahomes aren't the same.
Yeah. They're not.
Patrick Mahomes was a Hall of Fame player by the time he was 27 years old.
Patrick Mahomes threw a left-handed pass and moved the chains to help beat us, right?
That's his first year as a starter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
His first year.
And so I sometimes roll my eyes. But I will say this. That play that you just described when he is nearly on the ground and is letting it go and throwing a touchdown against the Commanders, it is one of those things where it's how come, and I'm not here to be Bo Nix's defense attorney. He's got enough of those in town. But it's one of those things where I do wonder, how come we don't associate raw talent enough with Bo Nix? When I was just talking about Caleb Williams a handful of minutes ago and saying he drips talent. He does. But Bo, we've seen a play like that. I think his number one throw as a Denver Bronco was against the Cincinnati Bengals, rolling out late fourth quarter, finding Marvin Mims in double coverage in the back of the end zone, where it's dear mother of God. That was just there's only a handful of people in the world that can execute a play like that.
You say that every time I walk in there, dear mother of God, when you're looking at me. Damn right.
Yeah, I go, dear mother of God, how things have changed as I examine your body. But he had a play at Oregon. Sean Payton described it. It's one of the most miraculous plays I have ever seen on a football field, where the tackle and the edge rusher were locked up, and Bo Nix ducked underneath them. On Saturday, my kid and his baseball team won their championship, and all the parents formed a bridge. Have you ever seen that?
Yep,
you put your hands up
the bridge, and
the kids
runs through it.
They run through the tunnel.
Kids love it,
and they do love it. It's so special. But so think about it like that. They were locked up. The tackle and the edge rusher were locked up with arms extended, and Bo Nix got out of a jam by ducking under London's bridge and getting out of the play. And Sean Payton said, "I've never seen that play ever." So, and that's from a guy who has dedicated his life to the game and history of football. And so we've seen plays like that. The Bengals throw, the play you described against, the Commanders.
The Buffalo Bills game-winning touchdown pretty much to Mims when it mattered the most, right? That was a pretty pass where nobody else was going to catch it. It was either going to be Mims or it was going out of bounds. Mims catches it, touchdown, is a little dramatic when he hits the TV man, but you know what? Like you get to do that when you have the game-winning catch.
But we've also seen him use his legs in the Giants. The game-winning, pin and pull run up the left sideline. His run against the Houston Texans for like 40 yards.
Or what about the run against the Saints, where they had this play design? He gets outside like it's Pee-wee, which I don't know how the Saints did it, but they let Bo Nix get outside of him, and he scampers for, I think, a 50-yard touchdown.
On Thursday Night Football.
Thursday Night Football.
Yes. Then you also have someone like Bo Nix catching a touchdown pass from, I think, Cortland Sutton, right?
Against the Ravens.
Where did he run for a touchdown that game too? Because I think he ran for a touchdown, threw a touchdown, and caught a touchdown, I want to say.
I want to say, yeah.
So, like, you have this player in Bo Nix that can do all the things that we're talking about, like documented. Like, you can pull it up and watch it, but we don't often, and when I say we, I'm talking about the NFL collective consciousness, we don't often associate Bo Nix with raw talent the way that we do some of these other quarterbacks.
People are still warming up to Bo Nix. Bo Nix didn't run the 40 at the combine. So for even his speed, Sean Payton was impressed of Bo Nix's speed. We were impressed with Bo Nix's speed.
Yeah.
So I think over time, people are going to continue to warm up and say, okay, like this is who he is. And I'll never forget, all right, like this is something that when people don't like you, all right, you have to force your way in sometimes.
That's right.
But you get a lot more respect. The reason why I went with my agent before I went to the NFL, he sat there with my family, my mother and my father, and he said, Phil, I didn't want to like you. I didn't like you because of your stature. I didn't want to like you. But you kept forcing yourself on me in the sense of like how good you were that I said, I'm going to take a flyer on you. Like I liked you so much because of your heart, how consistent you were, that I want you now. And I think that's something that Bo Nix needs to do now. There's a lot of people out there that don't like Bo. They don't want to like Bo.
I don't think they don't like Bo.
Why? Why is it so? If they liked Bo, then they would give him some of the respect, like you said, when it comes to just the athletic ability.
Right.
They don't want to put him in that category. They'll do it for Caleb Williams, of course, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, but you never hear about someone like Bo Nix being one of the better athletes at quarterback.
Well, he just needs to keep doing it. He just needs to keep doing it, and take it by force. No one's going to hand you this. And so, a lot of our listeners are reminding us about the throw against the Browns. That was Marvin Mims as well, right? That went for 93-yard touchdown that he just flicked it. He flicked it 50 yards. He's in his own end zone, or heels on the goal line, the opposite goal line, if not in his own end zone. And so, yeah, they're like, again, I said a second ago, I don't think people don't like him, but at the same time, they don't like him enough to remember the things that he's put on tape.
13 fourth quarter comebacks though, right? Like at some point, like it's like when do you start to watch Bo and say, okay, like yes, there's a lot of work to do, no doubt about it, but the kid can play. The kid can make plays. He's very athletic, very agile and fast, and just getting around. Why won't they put that type of respect on his name? And the only thing about it is everybody, and I say this all the time, right? Everybody wants to be right. And they refuse to sit there and say that they were wrong. And that's exactly what they're doing to Bo Nix, right? Sean Payton was the only one that was thinking about Bo Nix. If Sean doesn't pick Bo Nix, do you think that Bo Nix goes in the first round?
Nope.
So right there tells you everything how the NFL thought about Bo Nix. And so now Bo Nix is doing all this great stuff, and now they want to say, well, Sean created that. Sean's the reason why he's doing the things he's doing right now. So for Bo, the only way to break out of that is continue to be consistent. Going out there doing the stuff that makes you Bo Nix, running out of the pocket, but you have to be smart with it, but continue to make those big-time throws where it's like, hey, that's just Bo Nix. That's just Bo Nix.
Well, with this list, and the reason that we got on Bo again is that he got named 59th best player in the NFL as voted on by the players. 5 spots higher than he did last year when he was 64th. Higher on this list than the likes of Brock Purdy, who's played in a Super Bowl, former number 1 overall pick Baker Mayfield, who's brought multiple teams to the postseason, someone like Jordan Love, a former first-round pick and multiple-time MVP Lamar Jackson, former number 1 overall pick Trevor Lawrence. The league right here, right now, because this is a thermostat. That's what the NFL Top 100 is. It's not about your resume or your Wikipedia page. This is why Lamar Jackson went from like number 2 to whatever he was.
69?
I
want to say he was 68.
Yes, 69.
That's crazy.
A massive drop because it's what have you done for me lately? Who are you right now? So based on that, in this sort of thermostat setting, Jaden Daniels probably will not be on the list. all right? But it also means Caleb Williams and Drake May are both going to be ahead of Bo Nix on this list. Let's try to guess where those two guys within Bo's class will come down. Where do you think Caleb Williams will end up?
I'm going to say Caleb ends up 50 on the dot, right? Number 50. Bo Nix is 59-50. I think a lot of people around the league, a lot of players do like Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, just like Bo Nix, it makes these splashy plays, and he was the number one pick in the NFL draft, right? You would put some respect on his name because of that. I think for Drake May, everybody seems to be really, really high on Drake May when it comes to the scouts, executives, and player personnel.
He had a
coaches.
great year.
He had a great year. He was runner-up to Matthews when it comes to the
Matthew
MVP.
Stafford.
Matthew Stafford when it comes to the MVP. So I understand that. So I'm going to go Caleb Williams 50. Drake May, because he had a great year and was in the Super Bowl, he's going to crack the 40. Let's go 44. He's not going to be in the top. He's not going to be in the top 25 yet.
Dude, we see this way differently. I think, and we'll see how this plays out. And I have a chance to be very wrong right now. But I'm not sure if you're going to be close, dude. You think Caleb Williams is coming in at 50?
Well, because Caleb and Bo Nix had similar years, stats-wise, going and winning the games.
Yeah.
Bo Nix went further than Caleb Williams, and yet Bo Nix is going to be sitting here at 59, and Caleb Williams is where you think Caleb is?
My guess is, so today Bo came in at number 59. I believe Caleb Williams will be 20 slots ahead of him.
20?
Yeah.
Ooh,
like I think he's cracking inside the top 40. It wouldn't surprise me. So what I said, 59, 49, 39. 39 inside the top 40. It wouldn't surprise me if he's in the 20s. It really wouldn't. And for Drake May,
you better not say top 10.
I'm gonna say.
If you say top 10,
no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying top 10.
You would. You would.
I'm gonna have Drizzy at number 22. I'm gonna have him at 22.
You giving my man nicknames right now?
I'm gonna have the sixth god. I'm gonna have the sixth god at number 22.
22, huh?
Yeah, that's
We're
where I
talking
think
about like top 100 players in the NFL.
Yeah, that's where I think it's a what have you done for me lately thermostat style list, like a power ranking works. And he just finished runner-up for MVP, did he not?
Yeah, he
Most
did.
valuable player in the whole league. Does he play quarterback?
He does play quarterback.
Was he in the Super Bowl?
Yes, but also, you have to remember, these are players that are talking about this man. And maybe players don't respect Drake May like some of these coaches do, and executives and scouts, right? Because now it's like, hey, I had to play against Drake May. And let's just say a player says, we played against him in the playoffs.
He was bad
and
in the playoffs. Bad. He was B-A-D
All right,
bad.
The Seahawks, what are the Seahawks going to say? Oh, yeah, man, that man right there should be in the top 20, but Sam Darnold shouldn't. The Seahawks players defensively are going to say, man, we wore his ass out.
Okay, that's one team. There's 32 teams.
I'm telling you right now,
one of them
Z,
are the Patriots.
I don't know how much respect the players are going to have around Drake May. Now,
are you, dude? I think
it's 1 year. It's 1 year.
It was 1 year, and Lamar Jackson fell 59 spots.
And that's crazy. That's crazy. So
what's crazy about it?
You know why?
What,
this is where, like, you know what's funny about it. That I will say this is, okay. All of us, like, how many guys truly, like, I know when I was a part of the top 100 list, I got to list, but I didn't get to list all 100 of them. So I only got to list the top 25. So, like, who gets to make the rest of these, right? The 75 other players that are on this list.
I think it's just about, like, receiving votes.
Okay.
And that doesn't surprise me at all that they didn't have you fill out the entire 100.
It's hard to do.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying is, man, like, who else is a part of this voting that's voting for these players? Because Lamar coming in at 69, holler at me when you're sober, because that's insane. After one bad year, it was
a putrid year.
He was hurt.
Oh, he was. Listen to you.
He was hurt.
Oh, now we're just chalking it up to okay.
I'm just putting the facts out.
I mean, he didn't even average 200 yards passing a game. He really struggled.
It's
really
just funny
struggled.
because Patrick Mahomes struggled this year.
He did.
He blew his knee out. Let's see where he's at.
Please
he's probably going to be like top 5.
Please don't ever put those two in the same sentence again. Lamar Jackson and Pat Mahomes. They're
Josh
not even
Allen.
distant cousins at the position. Not even distant.
Oh, but Josh is right there. I'm not going to get started.
Well, you just did. You just did.
Yeah, because you pushed Lamar Jackson to 69. You think that's deserving? I'm asking. Genuinely, I'm asking.
No, that's probably, he has, real talk, he has built up too much equity to 1 year to wipe it all away.
And I don't think the players are the ones that made that list.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like that part.
Hold on. What do you mean?
I didn't just get that explained. I said the top 25 the players vote. A lot of them vote.
Wait.
But the 75 others, who else is voting? Who gets to make the decision? Who gets to be 69?
Wait, hold on, dude. Are you going down the conspiracy route?
Anytime I go down that route, ZB, I'm on to something.
So you think there's like a big NFL's agenda against Lamar?
I'm not saying that, but I think that they're upset with Lamar and why they're like, hey, look, you're not having the success you need to because
oh my gosh,
I am. Hey, look,
please stop. Just please.
He's had the teams. We all know that.
He's had great teams.
And I think the NFL at some point is like, I'm mad because it's like you do have these great teams and yet you're not able to get over that hump.
I think there's a much more likely result. It's watching him fail again in the postseason, and NFL players are like, man, I've been gassing up this guy and loving this guy up, and he once again in the postseason. So I think that's more likely, but maybe there is a big agenda just against Lamar Jackson. We'll never know. We'll never know. All right. NFL players were openly campaigning for something on social media yesterday. Do they have a point? Also, the question needs to be asked. What the hell is going on with Tom Brady? That's next.
They're back. Our free limited edition Training Camp 2026 t-shirts. We currently have drops at various Santiago's Mexican restaurants across the metro area. Limit one per person while supplies last. For more details and to find the location nearest you, head to DenverSports.com/shirt.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Hey, Albert, can you help us plan and budget for a bathroom renovation?
I certainly can. Let me review your finances.
Who are you talking to?
Albert, my AI financial assistant that I can access right in the app. It automates all things finance, moves money, pays bills, creates personalized alerts, finds savings, and so much more.
Your bathroom renovation financial plan is ready. I found cash you can put aside, and to cover the rest, Albert can get you up to $10,000 fast.
Can you find contractors nearby within our budget?
Here's a list of contractors. Would you like help requesting a $10,000 loan for your bathroom renovation?
Yes! Download the Albert app and use promo code MULTIPLY to access Genius. Plus, get up to $10,000 for whatever you need. Just download the Albert app right now and use promo code MULTIPLY to get up to $10,000. That's promo code MULTIPLY.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
I'm Rob Wilhite, and for nearly 50 years, my firm has been fighting for seriously injured car accident victims in Colorado. Serious accidents demand serious representation. We dig into every detail of your case, and we don't back down until we get you the maximum compensation you deserve. If you or someone you love has been seriously injured in a car accident, call the Wilhite Law Firm today at 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com.
Do you know the Joker's stat line, but not your bottom line? Are you checking Rock's box scores and not your credit score? You watching Nate Dogg rack up assists but ignoring your own assets? I've been there. Trust me, it's Josh over here to tell you how my money's going farther these days. That's what I like about BOK Financial. It's what they're doing with Let's Talk Money. It's about paying a little more attention to the financial stuff that we all tend to avoid. Visit BOKFinancial.com to learn more. How that money you're saving can go a little farther. Let's talk money. BOK Financial, member FDIC, conditions apply.
Most home sellers get one offer. It's somewhere between lowball and not good enough. Orchard changes that. With Orchard's new Orchard offers, you don't just get one offer. You get multiple cash offers from serious investors all competing for your home. That's right. Make investors compete with Orchard's cash offer marketplace. Here's how it works. You work with an Orchard agent who submits your home to their exclusive network of hundreds of local cash buyers. They come to you with offers. You review them all and pick the best one on your terms. So you don't have to settle on one offer. or worry about leaving money on the table. You see every offer side by side. That's how you know you're getting top dollar. Orchard Offers means no repairs, no showings, no drawn-out process. Before you accept any offer, see them all first. Get a free home valuation and see your offers today with Orchard Offers. Go to Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
Hey, it's Phillip Lindsay here. Do you need a new roof, gutters, or exterior needs? Monarch is your one-stop shop, backed by 16 years of experience and over 10,000 satisfied customers. Their in-house insurance team fights for you, and their white glove service means every detail is handled with care. Competitive pricing, award-winning craftsmanship, and the only roofer the Denver Broncos chose to endorse. A proud member of Team Dave Logan, make the call to your home team, Monarch Construction and Roofing, the official roofer of the Denver Broncos.
Nothing beats a Santiago's breakfast burrito, fresh, made from scratch, and smothered in their famous green chili every single day since 1991. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or a burrito on the go, nearly 30 locations across the Denver Metro mean you're never far from your favorite meal. And right now, when you stop into Santiago's, you can make a difference too. Round up your change, make a donation, or grab some chocolates at the counter to support Sungate Kids, helping keep Colorado's children safe. Santiago's, faithfully authentic.
The hot weather is here. Stoke here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Has another company told you that you need a new air conditioner? Time to throw in the challenge flag. Rocks Heating and Air offers no obligation, free second opinions. They have amazing financing options and incredible rebates too, only from the best. ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975 in Boulder, has a championship-level lineup ready for you to test drive and take home today. They currently have specials on both the BMW X3 and X5 models. The BMW X3 model is a luxury compact SUV that offers balanced handling and a powertrain variety. The BMW X5 model is a high-performance powerhouse luxury model that offers you a thrilling driving experience. They also have a great pre-owned BMW lineup as well. Schedule your test drive today. Go to GebhardtBMW.com.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975.
Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it! All righty, hanging out with you on a Monday. Appreciate you guys being here. How about that World Cup yesterday? Spain absolutely dominated the game, but didn't have much to show for it. I was entertained from wire to wire, although I was... I found myself frustrated watching it.
Yeah, ZB, I'm like you. Like, I was all in, and actually, you know, I had a family had us over, so we were all watching the game.
Okay.
And Spain, right off the bat, man, were very aggressive and had opportunities early and just didn't amount to anything towards that first half. And the second half was a little bit of the same. Towards the end there with the overtime, it picked up, and it was a lot more exciting. But Spain was dominating. They dominated. They were the daddy, where Argentina just took it, bent over and took it.
You know, a couple different things. One, yeah, Spain was clearly the better team. I think if they played 10 times, Spain would win 9 of them. Argentina, they just, that goaltender played out of his mind.
He did.
Was that Martinez? Is that his last name? I mean, he was just brilliant.
Save after save after save. I'm like, damn, the score should be 4-0 right now.
Literally. And he set the World Cup record, or tied it at one point, and I think he went on to set this single game save record. So he was brilliant, but also... And I already know what I'm going to hear, and the retort is going to be in relation to basketball. But goodness gracious, the culture of the sport itself when it comes to throwing themselves on the ground, and I know it's not a new conversation, but like...
No, it's sickening, man. Like, let's
be
real.
It is. It's like, but it's built in within the culture of the sport. And they took away a Spain goal because someone got their foot stepped on? Like, you're playing sports. You got your foot stepped on. But these guys just purposefully throwing themselves to the ground. And I know there is some of that in the NBA. And unfortunately, our guy here in Denver, number 15, is a massive culprit, along with Luka Doncic as well, and a couple others. But it drives me nuts watching it. Like again, like two things were true. I was entertained throughout. But at the same time, I'm looking at it like this is nuts.
Well, honestly, this is why I respect Holland's game, right? Like, because of what he does. He doesn't flop. He's already a big body as it is. So if he flops, like, you can see it. It's like, come on, dude. Like, we know what you're doing. But Holland usually plays through everything, doesn't really hit the ground as much. And I like a player like that doesn't care and still scores a bunch of goals. I'm with you on it. Stop the flopping.
Yeah. Any thought from you guys behind the glass about the World Cup? Could be anything.
Just honestly how awesome it was. I can't wait for 4 years from now, except for the fact that it's going to be a 64-team World Cup as opposed to a 48-team World Cup like we had this year.
Damn.
I saw the odds are out for the next World Cup winner. It sounds like us Americans have a 3% chance. That's it.
So they're telling
That's
us
probably
we have
higher
a
than it
chance.
was this year. Going into it, if we're honest.
Was it really, you think?
I would guess it is, yeah. I just looked like the world rankings. U.S. moved up one spot in FIFA's world rankings. They're now 17th in the world.
And the women start next year, right?
Women are next year, yeah.
Brazil.
Down in Brazil.
And then after Brazil, they're coming to the United States and Mexico, where Denver, Colorado has already put in a bid, and hopefully the new stadium is done by then. But I'm starting to have my doubts the longer these days keep falling off the calendar. Dante, any thought about the World Cup?
I thought it was a great tournament. I enjoyed all the cultures clashing in America and all these tourists
that was
finding
awesome.
all these American stuff. I thought that was great. That's the first time hearing about 64 teams in the next tournament. I don't like that.
Yeah,
to me, that almost makes it a pool play meaningless somewhat.
Right.
Because to me, this tournament didn't even start until the round of 16. So it just feels like a lot of fluff prior to getting to the real good soccer.
Well, I just like it when the best team wins. And Spain was the best team.
Yeah,
I mean, wire to wire. They were the best team, and they should be back. A couple teenagers out there playing. So, yeah, very, very, very fun tournament. Next in the 3 count. 1, 2. All right, NFL players super vocal on social media yesterday talking about if the World Cup can have natural grass, so can the NFL. We heard from the likes of George Kittle, Laramie Tunsil, Jonathan Taylor, your former teammate, Caleb Williams, Tucker Kraft, all using the hashtag "we're worth the cost." Do they have a point?
Yes, they have a point, ZB. I mean, you go to the MetLife, you have to pray before going onto that turf because you're going to pop your knee or pop your Achilles just because of how the turf is. Why does it take like a soccer team or the World Cup to come around for America and United States to decide, and the NFL specifically to decide to put grass down? Take care of your players so that they can be on the field long enough for you to enjoy these games. All right, you got the Kirsten McCaffreys, the Jonathan Taylors. You want to see them out there.
Right.
You're paying money to watch them play, not watch them on the sidelines, Z. So I'm with them. Although I don't have to play anymore, I don't want to see these players continue to hurt their knees because of turf.
Yeah, it's puzzling. Like, this is a $1 billion, however many times over, organization in the NFL. The players are the commodity. I mean, if you can put real grass in MetLife for soccer, why can't you do it for football? And so, yeah, I think the players have a point here. I have no idea if their opinions being voiced on social media is going to make one iota a difference here over the coming years, but I think it should. Next in the 3 count. 1, 2, 3! All right, we got to talk about what's going on with Tom Brady.
No, Tom.
Man, things are kind of getting weird with Tom. And I don't know if he's got too much time on his hands, but he was at the Fanatics Fest in New York this past weekend, and it was star-studded, no doubt. I mean, LeBron, Roger Goodell, whatever. A lot of heavy hitters there, but he was heavily involved in these events. And you have this viral video where he is slapping Logan Paul, one of the Paul brothers, who wrestles for WWE and is a big star in that world. Then there's this other video where he and Logan Paul see each other at the World Cup final, and they're flipping each other off. Brady came out of a casket. Did you guys see this? Came out of a casket like The Undertaker.
That's why you don't like it.
I mean,
he's taking Undertaker's move.
Well, the thing is, now the report is that Tom Brady is literally going to go down the WWE road.
Like, as what though? Like, not as a fighter. Like, as a wrestler. What is he going to do?
I think he's going to get involved in some way, shape, or form. But that's the report today, as of a few hours ago.
No, with some tights on.
No,
coming off the top rope with it. Here we go.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Here's what I think will happen, because I've seen this schemed up in the past with the likes of Walter Payton did this before, and a handful of other wrestlers. Although we did see Lawrence Taylor actually get in the ring and for a full-blown wrestling match at WrestleMania 11 against Bam Bam Bigelow.
That man's crazy, though.
Dude, NFL players have been getting involved with WWE like it's a tale as old as time. The Refrigerator Perry, who was the Chicago Bear that just passed away from ALS? It was McMichael.
Steve McMichael.
Yeah, Mongo McMichael, Walter Payton, Lawrence Taylor. It's not new, but what I think will happen is Brady will get in this tussle with Logan Paul, who is massive, and this is what he does.
Mm-hmm.
And some wrestler will come out in defense of Tom Brady, and Brady will be in his corner, but the wrestler is sort of his representation, like Brady's representation. And then when they have the match, Brady will get involved in the match and help said representative beat Logan Paul, and he'll be a part of it.
Okay, all right. So this wrestler is going to beat up Logan Paul, and Tom's going to walk up there, hit him down. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Get up, Logan. Get up.
It's going to be something silly like that.
And everybody's going to be going crazy, and there's going to be a bunch of viewers. And so that's what they want.
I don't know, but him doing the middle finger stuff with it's kind of, I don't know. You're Tom Brady.
Is it cringeworthy?
Kinda. It's Tom Brady behind the glass. Thoughts on what we're seeing here?
I don't get what he's doing. It feels like this is all beneath him. He made so much money during his playing career.
Yes.
Fox is paying him so much money to be an announcer for them. I mean, just go live a happy life, dude. You don't have to spend your time doing this stuff.
Midlife crisis.
Feels weird, Drew.
He's getting what he wants out of this. We're talking about it.
Yeah,
everybody's talking about it. That's kind of the WWE model. Set up some kayfabe or whatever it is, and then everybody's talking about it.
Kayfabe. Wow, Drew, look at you.
I know. Look at me go.
What does that mean for the
I don't even know what it means.
fans?
To be honest.
Kayfabe means that you're in character. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like if you're kayfabe, you're playing the role, and then there's the opposite, and it's God, what is it? I'll remember it here in a second.
Is it the fourth wall or something like that?
Yeah. It's like you're shooting. If you're shooting, if it's
like the guy in between the lines and outside of the lines.
Yeah, if you're shooting and you're a wrestler and you're shooting, you're being real. If you got in a shoot fight in the locker room, two wrestlers actually got in a fist fight.
So that's real.
If you're in kayfabe, you're in character. And Tom Brady very much in kayfabe. Holy smokes! All right, Peyton Watson being openly recruited by one of his former teammates, who is also naming the price tag on P-Watt. Details next.
They're back. Our free limited edition Training Camp 2026 t-shirts. We currently have drops at various Santiago's Mexican restaurants across the metro area. Limit 1 per person while supplies last. For more details and to find the location nearest you, head to DenverSports.com/shirt.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Skip this year's front porch roofing circus and bring in the local professionals.
Visit us at DenverRoofPros.com.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof like the Denver Roof Pros. Hey!
July is America's 250th birthday, so declare your independence from low testosterone at Low T Center. Start with a free T test, stay on the treatment for 90 days, and receive $250 back. It's the Low T Center 250 for 250. Celebrating freedom. Visit them at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
Robbie Dino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled over 7,000 cases, 300 trials. Let's face it, divorce is really impactful. You may have a controlling spouse. You may have a violent spouse. You may have been a victim of a domestic violence. You may be wrongfully accused of domestic violence. This all affects parenting rights. And let's face it, the kids are the most important. These are the things that need to be handled. They need to be handled appropriately by someone that's going to protect your kids and protect your rights. Hit me up at BeatTheDA.com, 720-706-5151.
The hot weather is here. Stoke here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Has another company told you that you need a new air conditioner? Time to throw in the challenge flag. Rocks Heating and Air offers no obligation, free second opinions. They have amazing financing options and incredible rebates too, only from the best. ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Hi, this is Larry Jagger with SCL Mortgage, letting you know about our second mortgages for anything you need, including home improvements, paying off debt, and more. Visit us at myspecialmortgage.com or call 303-790-2222, NMLS number 1200716.
Hey, that's not bacon grilling. That's your living room at 2 p.m. If your home heats up every summer, your windows might be the reason. Infinity by Marvin Windows protect your home from UV rays, solar heat, and help lower energy bills all summer long. Colorado homeowners have trusted Gravina's Window Center of Littleton for 50 years. Right now, you can save 25% on Infinity by Marvin Windows. Visit them at windowsforyourhome.com. That's windowsforyourhome.com.
You're the person who is fighting through it, but I'm betting you aren't the only ones affected. Maybe you love someone who struggles with joint pain. You see it. You see what they don't say, what they've slowly stopped doing. It's July. The days are long. The light hangs around. Time to be outside, moving, playing, living, and you're sitting it out. Hey, it's Mike Evans. Let's talk about getting that life back, because at QC Kinetics, that's what's happening every day. People who are stuck in that cycle of pain in their hips, knees, shoulders, and back, they're finally stepping out of it with regenerative treatments done right in their office. No surgery, long recovery, or putting life on hold. Just real relief. The inflammation eases and the pain lets go. We hear it all the time, not just from patients, but from the people around them. He's back. She's herself again. So if this sounds like you or someone you love, go find out what's possible. QC Kinetics offers a free consultation to see if you're a candidate. Call 303-900-8986, 303-900-8986, with locations in Aurora, Superior, Highlands Ranch, and The Springs. It's QC Kinetics.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com. One Wheel Broncos talk. Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Hanging out on a Monday, talking ball. You want to hit us up? RamosLaw.com text line is available to you. We are smack dab in the middle of the summer. All right, next week, at the end of next week, training camp begins for the Denver Broncos. And, man, we are just full steam ahead here, the 2026 season.
July 31st.
That's it.
First training camp practice.
Crazy.
It's here.
It's here. On the hoops side of things, we have been talking about this Peyton Watson situation and scenario almost daily here, along with the LeBron stuff. I do believe that we are going to hear LeBron James' answer this week.
Oh, so it's coming.
I believe so.
So you must have a little birdie in there. What's going on? Why this week?
It's a total hypothesis, so an educated guess. I think that if you come out with it during the World Cup, you're battling another massive story, okay? And then if you come out with it during training camp, I think you're battling the number one sport in the entire world, or entire United States anyway. And I think that there's this pocket between right now, today, and next week for LeBron to own the sports media landscape, and I think he's calculated enough, he and his camp, to do that. So I am fully expecting to hear LeBron James' decision this week.
What do you think it's going to be before we start P. Watt's situation?
I've gone back and forth on this, man.
You got like two that you like really feel good about?
Yeah, I think that, well, it was Cleveland and Golden State.
Yeah.
And the more I think, and I said about a week and a half ago, I'm like, the Miami thing doesn't make any sense. And the more I thought about it, though, he said that this final basketball decision will be based on basketball happiness. Okay? And basketball happiness for LeBron James for the last 2 decades has been with the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
And things got uncomfortable to a certain degree from a human standpoint in Los Angeles when he was fighting for the ball with Luka and Austin Reeves.
He turned into the number 3 option, right? The third
option. He did. And I think that was the best version of that team when he did that. But at the same time, does he want to play his last days in the NBA if it's about basketball happiness, playing off the ball? And they need some of that in Miami. And whose hand is it in? You know, Giannis obviously has come a long way there, but not to the degree that like it's a night to night thing.
No, it's not going to be Bam. It's not going to be Giannis like that. Like it would be in LeBron James' hand.
Yeah, and so I think there's something to that. And I know Pat Riley is doing the full sell job, and that is one hell of a salesman. And
he's already been there. Has made so many memories, like you just got done saying. Won championships there. Like, why not come back for one more run, especially if you do think that you have the guys? And I always bring up, LBJ, can he play defense still? Of course. He's 41, going to be 42 years old. He doesn't want to play defense all the time, but he's with guys that will.
Yeah.
And so, like you said, he can just shoot his little heart away if he wants to without having to worry about playing a bunch of defense because you got the guys to do it with.
Yeah. So that's interesting to me. Ultimately, I'll say Golden State. Ultimately. Which is like, I don't really love that for LeBron. Steph's like been one of your rivals, and so I don't love that. But ultimately, I think Golden State. But so we'll see. I think we'll hear it this week, though. The P. Watt stuff. Did you see the video? He's hanging out with Michael Porter Jr.
Yep, that's his boy.
And MPJ openly advocating for him to come to Brooklyn. Now, we know it's not all his decision, right? You're a restricted free agent. But MPJ also said, and I think this is maybe closer to reality for what Watson is expecting, when MPJ said he's about to get 130 M's. $130 million. I don't know if that's real, but I doubt he's just making that number up.
Well, especially he hangs out with P. Watt all the time.
They
right?
do.
They do. And for MPJ, he's trying to find a way to get him over there anyway. So, like, why would he lie about that? Maybe he's, like, being a little bit more dramatic. Maybe it's not 130. Maybe it's 125. Who knows? But you if you're P. Watt, you get to do a lot of shooting over there. Ask MPJ. You get to be the man over there. You're not going to win a bunch of games.
Nope.
But you're gonna have the ball in your hands. And if you're a young player that wants the ball in his hands and wants to score and wants the attention, you're going to go to the Nets.
Well, ultimately, the Nuggets are in the driver's seat. They can match any offer. I'll repeat one of my, it's not really a fear, but I can't come up with anything better right now. One of the reasons I may be apprehensive, would be a better way to say it, is that no offer sheet comes P. Watt's way. And it comes down to a negotiation. And you are in the era of NBA basketball where if you're a team, you have to negotiate. In the past, it's just, boom. MPJ is a good example. We're just paying you. We're paying you the max we can pay you. Christian Brown, here's a huge contract. You're negotiating against yourself. And in this second apron era,
I think that if you have a restricted free agent who does not get an offer sheet, it comes down to negotiation. And if P-Watt thinks that he's getting $130 million and it's 80 and you're $50 million off, you have a disgruntled millionaire basketball player. And to think that that could not happen, who also naturally might not want to be in Denver as his first choice anyway.
Yep.
And I'm cool with Denver as long as you max me out and you pay me a contract that starts with a 1, and so that has real potential to happen.
$130 million, what is that a year?
We don't know. Would it be 5 years? I don't.
Okay,
probably at that number. Probably.
No, it would be more than CB.
Yeah, but
right?
and I'm glad you brought that up because CB's is 125.
Yeah,
and one of the newest, in air quotes, new reports is that he wants more than his teammate Christian Brown.
Which I would too. If I'm P-Watt, I'm like, hey, look, I'm better than Christian Brown. And yet you guys sat there, and I know the story, him coming off the bench and helping win a championship, but I'm better than him.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be starting. We don't know what's happening with CB, so I want a little bit more than him.
And so if you were doing, if CB gets $25 million a year and you want more, that's $26 million. 26 times 5 is $130 million. So
$130 million, man.
So that's where you get to that number that MPJ threw out over the weekend. So I don't know how this is going to end, but I think it's the opposite in the LeBron timeline, in that I think we're going to hear LeBron's answer this week. Man, I got a bad feeling this is going to drag out, Phil. This P-Watt thing is going to drag out.
I just it's a distraction, and we already have a bunch of distractions right now. We want to keep the big men happy. Obviously, that's Jokic. Jokic doesn't want to sign his contract until next summer. Okay, you're trying to find other players to help complement this team. Hope that AG can stay healthy. Hope that Cam Johnson can be the better version of himself early, like he was at the end of the season. And then hopefully you can get something done with P-Watt. But you're on good terms, because if you're not, that's another distraction that you have to worry about on top of the big man. See, that's a lot.
It is a lot. It's a lot going on right now, and the Nuggets are firmly remaining in a holding pattern. So we'll see if something shakes this week. I have my doubts. Okay, ESPN's analytics assigned the win probability in every matchup for Deion Sanders and the CU Buffs. That is coming up next.
4 straight 50-win seasons. A quiet offseason that's drawing bottom-of-the-league grades, and yet Vegas still has the Nuggets over-under at 49.5 wins. So, is Jokic enough to keep Denver in the conversation while the rest of the West gets better? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
All right, Broncos country, buckle up. It's Phillip Lindsay here, and if you've ever watched me play, which I know a lot of you have, you know I'm all about speed, agility, and getting where I need to go efficiently. And when it comes to your summer vacation, you need that same kind of reliable power. And this is why I'm teaming up with my friends at Hermes Worldwide. Let's be real, getting to and from the airport or your destination could be a total fumble. And although I never fumbled in the NFL, I don't want to deal with stressful parking, unreliable ride sharing, and nobody else needs to deal with that either. And this is where Hermes Worldwide is going to step up, step into the game, score that game-winning touchdown for your travel plans. They offer top-notch transportation services, from sleek airport transfers and comfortable clean vehicles to reliable long-distance travel. They're dependable and also very professional. And they understand that your vacation time is precious to you and your family. So, what I'm trying to tell you is it's time for you to ditch the travel day headaches and make your summer vacation a guaranteed win. Call Hermes Worldwide today at 303-577-7600 or visit them online at ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Again, that's ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage
blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here on behalf of my friends at American Financing. Let's do some honest math. The interest rate on your credit cards, 20% or more. Your mortgage rate, much lower. So why are you sending hundreds of dollars a month to credit card companies when your home's equity could wipe out that debt? That's exactly what American Financing helps homeowners do. And they're doing it every single day for people just like you. Consolidate, collaborate, conquer. The average customer saves around $800 a month, and you may delay 2 mortgage payments and may close in as fast as 10 days. American Financing's salary-based mortgage consultants are licensed in all 50 states. No upfront fees, no obligation. Stop financing your past and start funding your future. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hi, I'm Donnie, owner of Fitness Gallery, where we believe there's nothing more important than your health. We can't stop time, but we can make your day more efficient, and we can help you get fit and stay fit.
Hey, in Broncos country, I'm Terrell Davis. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. Work out on your schedule from the privacy of your own home.
At Fitness Gallery, we have the nation's lowest prices on the highest quality products that stand the test of time.
Imagine this: no more wasting time in traffic, no more crowded gyms. And here's the touchdown play: get your family involved. Your health is your ultimate MVP, and I know staying fit is not always easy. Whether it's Rod, Carl, or myself, we shop at Fitness Gallery, and you should too. With the right equipment at home, you can train like a pro whenever it suits you. You never regret buying quality. Fitness Gallery sells commercial-grade equipment for the home. It's simply the best.
Invest in your health and happiness with Fitness Gallery. Visit one of our 7 store locations for a free home gym layout and design today.
Every now and then you find a deal where you get more and pay less. Now that's a good deal. That's Straight Talk Wireless on Verizon's 5G network. Find it exclusively at Walmart and straighttalk.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by TradeGen Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents
real quick on the text line. Y'all talk about P-Watt like he's a stud. He hustles and has a nice couple months stretch, but come on, you're tripping. These guys come a dime a dozen. It'll just be another mistake, just like CB. Well, here's what I would say. Did
he put his name on it?
He did not. He or she did not. Here's what I'll say. Peyton Watson is not a proven concept to that texter's point. Okay, we haven't seen him perform in the postseason, and so there is some reason to sort of like maybe reserve some, crowning of P-Watt. But here's what I'll say. He represents exactly what the Denver Nuggets are looking for. The length that they're currently lacking, the defense that they're currently lacking, the shot making that they, I think, will be lacking when they make some cost-cutting moves, and I think the number one candidate is Cam Johnson. I think that he represents the shot creation that is severely lacking. The Nuggets do not have players that go downhill and finish at the rim. And P. Watt is one of these guys that I remember Aaron Gordon mic'd up during a game saying when he goes downhill, this is when P. Watt was in the game and Aaron was watching, goes, man, when he goes downhill, he's as good as anyone in the NBA.
Did you already say athletic ability as well? Like this team,
the athleticism, yes.
The Denver Nuggets, they look old. They don't have that athletic ability like they used to. AG's not the same man he was 2 or 3 years ago. So you want to get young at these positions. You want to get young in general. That's what these other teams are doing. OKC is doing it. The Spurs are doing it. And everybody else is getting better. So you want to keep somebody like P. Watt around. And on top of that, the Denver Nuggets have sat here and developed this man.
That's right.
And now you're just going to let him go to another team to flourish if it is a team that's a contending team? Like, you don't want to do that, man. You want to keep your guys here.
And this is someone who shot over 41% from three this year. But when he was shooting from the corners, guys, he was a top 10 shooter in the NBA from the corner.
ZB's the corners. Why do you say corners specifically? What's going on with that?
Yeah, I mean, well, a couple different reasons. One, the corner three is a shorter three than the quote-unquote above the break three. Those are longer, right? And so like when the 3-point line is coming out of the corner, it's straight, and then it breaks, and then it forms that, half circle at the top. Those corner threes are a bit shorter, but in Denver's offense, when you have someone like Nikola Jokic, who is a hub of offense, and you want to keep the defense honest and not sink in on Jokic, you need to have shooting in the corners. And if there's not shooting in the corners and on the wings that people respect, then the game of basketball becomes really hard and crowded and cluttered in the middle.
This year.
So
Cam Johnson came along. We know he can shoot, but CB, he did not do his part. They started sagging off CB and let him just shoot the three. So you don't want that to happen. So someone like P. Watt, who has success, you keep around for that.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and this is to the criticism that he only did it for a month, and I understand that, or a month and a half in the dog days of the NBA season when so many guys were hurt. I understand that, but also that was the opportunity he was given. That's the most opportunity he's ever had. I mean, this is someone who, but I need to say this too. Peyton Watson didn't just start playing good basketball this year. In that stretch, we saw him close games on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the league's MVP, the previous season. We saw him guard Victor Wembanyama the previous season and actually do a pretty good job. I watched him guard Kevin Durant 2 years ago as good as anyone can, and I come in here and say, I think this guy's going to be a $100 million player in a game where he scored 0 points.
People laughed at you.
And here we are now. So it has been a developmental arc, not just one, 45-day stretch of a season. It's been building to this point, from 3 points a game to 7 points a game to 8 points a game to 14.5 points a game. So we'll see what happens with that whole situation. Okay. ESPN's computers, all right? Football Power Index, FPI, their propriety, how do I say it? Proprietary? Yeah, their proprietary model.
Notice that you looked at DG, you didn't look at me, huh?
That's right.
Disrespectful.
just real. It's their model where they gather every single data point known to the game of football, and they simulate the season or simulate games, and they've done that here. With the Colorado Buffalo schedule. So these are the game-by-game probabilities, and we can just kind of go through it, jump in whenever you want, Phil. At Georgia Tech, week 1 of the season, in Atlanta, the Buffs, according to ESPN's FPI, Football Power Index, the Buffs have a 42% chance to win.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. A lot of people are counting the Buffs out. I understand why. It was a horrible year last year. But a 42% chance to beat Georgia Tech on the road, if you're the Colorado Buffaloes, that's big.
You take that.
Now, Georgia Tech is missing some guys. They're going to have a different quarterback. Their quarterback last year is gone.
Haynes King.
I don't know if he got drafted, but he's for sure on a team right now.
Okay.
So for the Colorado Buffaloes, they have a chance game 1 on the road. Coach Prime's old stomping grounds. That's going to be a fun game.
And it was a really fun game last year, if you remember. Came down to the fourth quarter and really a Haynes King run off the right side when the seas kind of parted. And
it was raining and stuff.
Weber State, all right, 97% win probability. That should be academic. There's a massive talent delta there.
Yeah.
At Northwestern, week 3, a 47% chance to win at Northwestern. Okay. You get to
you say okay, man. You don't think so? You think it should be lower?
No, I think that's going to be a coin flip game like the like the computers say.
All right.
What about you?
Oh, I like it. I like our chances in that game too. I like us right now. It could seem like we're going 3-0. If things go the right way.
3-0, despite having a win probability better than 50% in one of the 3 games.
All right. I mean, you still have that's better than a 2% chance, a 17% chance. Like we're still in the 40s,
all right.
High 40s.
You get to week 4 at Baylor. It's a 36% chance to win. That was lower than I anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
Week 5 against Texas Tech in Boulder, just a 15% chance to win. That is really low. Texas Tech obviously has thrown a bunch of money around through their NIL. Joey McGuire's a good coach.
Yep. How'd that go for them last year? Not good enough.
Well, no.
All that money and still didn't win.
I mean, did they make the college football playoff?
Is that what we're doing now? Like you're throwing hundreds of millions of dollars just to get to the college football playoffs and not win it?
I mean, dude.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Z.
Okay. Taking shots at the guys down in Lubbock. All right. You get the game against Utah in Boulder.
All right.
This is 48% chance to win. Man, that is higher than I thought. All right. Then you get to at Oklahoma State. It's a 46% chance to win. So another kind of coin flip game. Then K-State in Boulder, a 56% chance that CU wins.
Okay.
At Arizona State, Dante's Sun Devils, the Buffs have a 42% chance to win. Okay. Then Houston at home, you have Willie Fritz and the boys coming to Boulder.
I don't like that. I don't feel good about that one with Willie Fritz.
CU has a 51% chance to win in Boulder.
Did they have a bunch of turnaround? Do we know Houston from last year?
Not as much as someone like Colorado, but yeah, quite a bit.
All right.
Then you have the game at Cincinnati. And the Buffs, according to ESPN's Football Power Index, where they gather every data point known to man concerning the game of football and they simulate the game, the Buffs have a 41% chance to win in Cincinnati. And then the final regular season game of the year is Central Florida in Boulder, in which ESPN's FPI says the Buffs have a 68% chance to win that game. So according to the computers, all right, the least likely win of the year is hosting Texas Tech. The most likely win of the year beyond Weber State is Central Florida with the final game of the season. And then according to the numbers, if everything played out the way that the numbers have, and we know life doesn't work like this, but and week by week the data points will change, so these numbers will change. But according to the information we have now, the Buffs will go 4-8. If that happened, the mood would be what?
The mood would be upset. Everybody would be upset saying, what in the world is going on? Coach Prime opened his mouth and said that this is his best coaching staff that he has ever had. Coach Prime has made adjustments and went into like the transfer portal, but for the right type of kids that you and I both agree are kids that are deserving of coming up and playing at a higher level. All right, they're doing a great job right now, Colorado that is, in recruiting high school kids. So if you go 4-8, not only are you going to lose some of these high school kids that you've built so much equity in just trying to get them here, now you're sitting here saying, okay, what's next? Like, are we going to sit here for another year thinking that you guys are going to get this right? So this is a year for Coach Prime where your back's against the wall truly, and you have to make some noise. I'm not looking for the Colorado Buffaloes to win 9 games this year, but they must go 6-6. 6-6. Give me that and be competent and competitive with these other games where it comes down to the wire and maybe you lose by a field goal. But 6-6, go into a bowl game, and then you build on from that 6-6 year.
All right.
That's me, Z.
We'll see how it shakes out. ESPN built a starting NFL roster comprised completely with backups, and who they picked at one position could signal something for someone else. We'll explain next.
They're back. Our free limited edition Training Camp 2026 t-shirts. We currently have drops at various Santiago's Mexican restaurants across the metro area. Limit 1 per person while supplies last. For more details and to find the location nearest you, head to DenverSports.com/shirt.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here, talking to the fellas out there about intimacy. Guys, you know this stuff matters, all right? But when erectile dysfunction gets in the way, it can feel frustrating, embarrassing, even isolating. But the truth is, guys, most men don't have to live with ED anymore, all right? We're talking about success rates at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, over 90%.
All right? They've served the Front Range of Colorado for nearly a decade. They've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. All right? The initial visit is just $99. That includes a medical consult, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. Guys, it's real simple. If the test dose does not work in the office, your visit's completely free. That means there's no downside. That also means ED is nearly a choice in 2026. They have 5 locations to serve you, so start the conversation at 720-440-7900 or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
What's up, guys? Phillip Lindsay here, and summer is alive and well. What does that mean? Time for hikes, golf, and family adventures. But if degenerative joints or those old high school sports injuries are holding you back, you need to discover a natural pain-free relief with RegenRx in Denver. Their stem cell treatment, PRP therapy, and shockwave therapy could be just the answer you're looking for to reclaim your active life again. No surgery, no downtime, and no risk. Sounds great, right? It is great. So give my friends at RegenRx a call today at 303-630-9770 or visit them online at regenrx.co. Again, that's regenrx.co. And guys, it's time for you to reclaim your freedom to just enjoy life on your own terms. That means running around, having fun with your family and friends, and you don't want to be hurting, so go see my friends at RegenRx in Denver.
In Colorado, relationships matter. That's why professional contractors across the Front Range choose Western Pacific for doors and millwork. For 35 years, this family-owned, locally operated supplier has delivered quality products, next-day delivery, and quick will-call service that keeps builders on schedule. From new construction to remodels, their experienced team is committed to helping contractors succeed. Visit GoWestPack.com. Western Pacific, local ownership, professional expertise built for Colorado contractors.
Jane is a small business owner.
That's right.
And tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect. Plus gig speeds with security and equipment included. All with a 5-year price lock.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
Exactly. The Total Solutions Advantage. Get started for just $60 a month for 12 months when you add wireless connect to a qualifying internet package. No one does business like Comcast Business.
Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
The truck driver wasn't paying attention and crashed straight into you. Now you're paying the price. You're looking at surgeries, missed work, and more. Call the truck crash lawyers at Berg Simpson Law Firm. Berg Simpson has been helping truck crash victims for 50 years. And with over $50 million recovered after truck crashes, our results speak for themselves. Call our team today and let us fight for every dollar you deserve.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives.
Have you ever looked in the mirror and just didn't feel like yourself anymore? Maybe your clothes don't fit the way they used to, or you don't like how you look in them. Honestly, it's more than that. It's how you feel walking into a room, avoiding photos, skipping events, not feeling as confident at work or even with your spouse. Over time, it starts to wear on you. Here's the truth. Losing weight is one thing. Feeling confident again and keeping it off, that's what really matters. At Colorado Fat Loss, we help people lose 20 to 40 pounds naturally in about 60 days without injections, crazy workouts, or prepackaged meals. More importantly, we show you how to keep the weight off so you can feel comfortable in your clothes, confident going out, and actually like what you see in the mirror again.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here, and I lost 30 pounds in just 7 weeks. It was easy, and I've kept the weight off.
Many clients Just lose 20 to 40 pounds in about 60 days. Schedule a free weight loss consultation. Call and start to feel confident again. Go to ColoradoFatLoss.com. That's ColoradoFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Nothing beats a Santiago's breakfast burrito, fresh, made from scratch, and smothered in their famous green chili every single day since 1991. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or a burrito on the go, nearly 30 locations across the Denver metro mean you're never far from your favorite meal. And right now, when you stop into Santiago's, you can make a difference too. Round up your change, make a donation, or grab some chocolates at the counter to support Sungate Kids, helping keep Colorado's children safe. Santiago's, faithfully authentic.
The new 2026 Honda CR-V was built for Colorado, and July is the perfect time to get one at Champ Honda. Whether you're crushing and cruising city streets or heading to the mountains, the CR-V delivers the comfort and capability you need all summer long. Champ Honda has the largest inventory since before COVID, so you have plenty of great options to choose from. And with their one price, one person, 1 hour philosophy, you know you'll be treated fairly with no games and no hidden charges. And remember, they never charge dealer handling fees.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
ESPN built a starting NFL roster comprised completely with backups. And a couple interesting selections that have Denver Bronco tie-ins, not just
where
one.
Where they have you, Ezzy? Receiver, quarterback, what are we doing with you, man?
I'm getting water.
DB?
I'm getting water.
To wear the sleeves?
This Wednesday from noon to 1, it's the next giveaway of our free limited edition Training Camp 2026 T-shirts. We'll be at Santiago's Mexican Restaurant, located at 1485 East Eisenhower Boulevard in Loveland. Limit 1 per person while supplies last. For more details and to find the location nearest you, head to DenverSports.com/shirt. Emphasis on the while supplies last. All of these have sold out. There have been people that have been upset and disappointed that they didn't get one. If you want one of these, you got to show up early. You can't show up on time. Just 100 per T-shirt drop. Okay. ESPN. Interesting exercise. I've never seen this. They built an NFL roster comprised completely with guys who are backups. And who they picked at one position could signal something for someone else within the Denver Broncos. Interesting. For the starting guard, for one of the starting guards, they selected Alex Paucho.
All right.
And I think that this conversation, it's going to get pretty relevant here if it's not relevant right now. I believe Paucho will be starting on the offensive line next season. Not this coming season.
Okay.
The 2027 season. I do believe Ben Powers' days as a starting guard for the Broncos are coming to a close.
Well, he has 1 year left on his contract.
There you go.
You know, like they have a chance. If the Denver Broncos want to get out of it, they can get back, I want to say, over $10 million, if not $10 million. And you got a young guy named Palczewski, that is getting the reps, and he is looking better every time he's out there on that football field. And he's young, and they're developing him. And like I always say, everybody wants to feel like they're doing something. Everybody wants to feel like they're right. And when you got a guy that you have in-house that nobody thought about, and you're developing them, you want to see them out on that football field as much as possible.
Yeah, so I think, and I think this conversation, I saw this, that our guys in the morning were talking about this last week. Could we see a Ben Powers cut here?
See, I'm not going down that road, because you want to keep this core together, specifically with the offensive lineman. It is so hard in the league and in college football to get a unit together like the offensive line and do well, right? It takes time to develop. It takes time to get that continuity and the chemistry down. And when you have it, it's special. In this unit, we're talking about the Denver Broncos offensive line. They've been together for some time now, at least 3 years.
Yeah.
Do you really want to mess that up when you have a quarterback in Bo Nix that's getting better every single year, and this could be the year that you go to the Super Bowl? Just like with Riley Moss or Jaquan McMillan, you want to keep everybody intact. Marvin Mims, if it's up to the Denver Broncos, they're keeping Marvin Mims. Now, if Marvin Mims wants out, maybe that's a different story. But when you're trying to get to a Super Bowl, everybody matters, and you don't want to mess that chemistry up on the offensive line specifically because they're the ones that run it. The heart and soul of the teams in the NFL, college football, if you're really, really good, is offensive, defensive linemen.
That's right.
We talk about that all the time,
Yep.
DB. So I don't think they're going to get rid of Ben Powers. I may be wrong, but you want to keep that veteran offensive line together so that you can make this run.
I think I'm with you because they needed that depth last year.
ZB, finally you agree on something with me, man.
They,
Thank you.
What was it? A pec for Powers?
Yeah, it was.
That he had to miss, or was it bicep?
It was a bicep. It was a bicep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so you needed that depth a year ago, but it wouldn't be shocking. And that exercise from ESPN is sort of telling that they had all the league's backup guards to choose from in that exercise, building an NFL roster completely with current backups, and Paucho is one of the starting guards. It's interesting. As well as there was another Denver Bronco that was on that list. That was Ini Owazurike at defensive tackle.
Owazurike.
And so we'll see how this all ages in terms of new opportunities for guys that the Broncos have quietly developed outside of their starters. Okay, what has the best chance of happening this season within the Denver Broncos when I present to you 5 potential options? And I'll bounce those options off Phil next.
Jalen Waddle's here. Davis Webb's calling plays. The defense that reached the AFC Championship is back. But the number one storyline at Broncos training camp starts and ends with Bo Nix's ankle.
Are you positive that ankle's broken?
Is he fully healthy? And what does that mean for Denver's Super Bowl hopes? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
This summer, there are 250 reasons to join T-Mobile.
Girls trip? Booked. And switching to T-Mobile helped make it happen.
With Experience Beyond, switch and get $100 back. Plus, $650 in value in built-in plan benefits. That's $750 in your first year, guaranteed.
And honestly, that $100 back, I'm putting it towards the zip line.
Now that's how you do summer.
Exactly. Best switch I ever made.
This is just one reason to join T-Mobile this summer. There are 250 reasons. Find yours.
Savings based on the value of benefits included with Experience Beyond, like entertainment and 1 year of AAA Classic and Dash Pass on us. Benefits may require activation. See plan for details. Get $100 via virtual prepaid MasterCard with eligible ported, no cash access, and expires in 6 months. Issued by Sunrise Banks, N.A. member FDIC. Allow 8 weeks.
This July is America's 250th birthday, and Low T Center is celebrating 250 years of freedom with our 250 for 250 deal. All month long, men who start testosterone therapy and stay with it for 90 days earn $250. So if you're over 40 with low energy, sex drive, not feeling yourself, don't stay that way. Low T Center is raising the T of American patriots from sea to shining sea. Come celebrate 250 years of America with Low T Center's 250 for 250 deal, because bringing back energy and vitality of your youth is worth celebrating. Go to fixmylowt.com to book a free tea test. That's fixmylowt.com. Offer ends July 31st. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi there, I'm Kim Rudell, owner of Wills and Wellness Estate Planning. Summer is in full swing. Are you spending more time planning for your summer vacation than you are planning for your family's future and peace of mind? Your vacation planning checklist should include completing your estate plan. Let us help you check that off the list. Our process is streamlined so you can get back out there and enjoy the summer. Find us at willsandwellness.com or give us a call at 720-266-8190.
For 90 years, Belco Credit Union has proudly called Colorado home. That's thanks to all our members who have helped us grow alongside our beautiful state. To celebrate our anniversary, Belco is offering a special low fixed rate on a new home equity choice line advance. If you've been waiting to start a new home renovation project, now's the perfect time. Go to belco.org/90 years to see full offer details. Equal housing opportunity lender. Membership eligibility required. All loans subject to approval. Belco, banking for everyone.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975 in Boulder, has a championship-level lineup ready for you to test drive and take home today. They currently have specials on both the BMW X3 and X5 models. The BMW X3 model is a luxury compact SUV that offers balanced handling and a powertrain variety. The BMW X5 model is a high-performance powerhouse luxury model that offers you a thrilling driving experience. They also have a great pre-owned BMW lineup as well. Schedule your test drive today. Go to GebhardtBMW.com.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975.
Colorado's 150th birthday. What do you even get the state that has everything? Wildflowers, sunshine, 4 seasons in a single day? Seems like that's covered. How about the new 150th birthday scratch game from the Colorado Lottery? It's loaded with $150 prizes for you and helps give back to Colorado's great outdoors. Happy birthday, old buddy. Don't remember you celebrating my birthday, but I guess you're the big shot here. New 150th birthday scratch. Must be 18 to play.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. General contractors, are you tired of working with 8 different subs for a single project? Homestrong is the answer. Their crews handle excavation, foundations, waterproofing, crawl spaces, and flat work. Visit buildhomestrong.com. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. An elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Home Improvements. For an 8% scheduling incentive and a special financing rate of 0% APR with 72 equal monthly payments, go to drhi.com. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors. Finished basements, windows, and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. On behalf of my friends at American Financing, what if next month looked different? What if instead of robbing Peter to pay Paul, you had one clear payment and money left over for the things that actually matter? If you're a homeowner, that's not a fantasy. American Financing is making it happen. They're not going to judge you. They're here to help you. Everything is more expensive right now, and you're spending more on the basics than ever before. American Financing's salary-based mortgage consultants will give your paycheck a raise by lowering your debt obligations. Their average customer savings is $800 a month, and you may delay 2 mortgage payments, and you may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there's no upfront fees. There's no obligation. We all want to live without stress. Your home's equity could help you do this. So call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Step Denver, a nonprofit solution to addiction and homelessness.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Different options, okay?
Variety of options. I love it.
Mm-hmm. And you pick what's the most likely. Not that multiple things can't happen within the same season, and of course they can, and you may even expect them to. But among the following 5 things, what do you think is the most likely to take place during the 2026 season? J.K. Dobbins rushing for 1,000 yards. Cortland Sutton going for 1,000 yards. Jalen Waddle going for 1,000 yards. Nick Bonito reaching 15 sacks. Or Evan Ingram going for 800 yards. Which of the following 5 things do you think is the most likely to take place in 2026?
Ooh, I'm going to go with the one I would put my money on, and I feel confident is going to happen. It's Nick Bonito getting to the 15-sack mark this year. Nick Bonito had 14 sacks last year, and I know nobody wants to hear it, but I'm going to give the excuse. He was hurt towards the end of the season, and it was a fact because he ended up having surgery on his wrist. All right, so now you're having a healthier Nick Bonito, a confident Nick Bonito that's ready to go. Knowledge equals confidence equals playing fast. Nick Bonito has been in this system for a very long time with VJ's system that we're talking about here. So now for Nick Bonito, when you do know what you can do, and you do know how impactful you can be, now you're just out there playing now. They're going to tailor some of the scheme towards you to get you and free you up. This is where Zach Allen's going to come up big, taking on the double teams. So someone like Nick Bonito can be one-on-one with the left tackle. And so I'm going to say Nick Bonito's going to have another big-time year where he gets to 15 sacks. Because also, right, with these other positions, running back and receiver specifically, you're counting on the coaching staff to get you involved and the quarterback to get you involved. For Nick Bonito, you win that one-on-one, you got to go and get that sack. It's between you and that left tackle, and you doing whatever you can to get to that quarterback to create that sack or that turnover. So I'm going to go Nick Bonito, ZB.
Well, that is totally understandable. This would be the next step, like in his progression, and he has shown nothing but taking the next step, right? This is someone who year number 1 went for a sack and a half, I think, right?
Yep.
It was 1.5 sacks.
1.5.
Year 2 was 8 sacks. Year 3 was 13.5 sacks.
13.5, yep.
Year 4 was 14 sacks, and here he is on the doorstep of this number. I would love for that to happen. This guy is a sack artist. He's almost a specialist, in that department.
What if he's going to get tattooed sack on his leg?
The sack master.
The sack master.
Like Vaughn. The sack master.
Yeah.
On his lower belly.
Yeah, we know Vaughn.
Hilarious. Hilarious. So 15 sacks, although you said, you rely on the quarterback to give you the ball and to get involved, and obviously that's true.
That's very true.
But sacks can be circumstantial as well. They can be. And they can come in bunches, and there's context and all this stuff. Like, are you arriving to the quarterback first? Did someone beat you there? Is the quarterback, handing the ball off?
But also you can get half sacks.
You
so
can.
If you get there, you touch the man, you get half sacks. You can build up that way as well.
You can. But I'm not going to pick that for mine. All right, 15 sacks is a lot. 15 sacks, you're top 3, 4 in the NFL. All right.
Do you believe that he can get there?
I do. But
I just won't go with him.
No, because the question was, what has the best chance of happening? And so while this definitely lives within reality, that's why we're talking about it. That's not what I'm personally going to choose. Okay. I'm not going to go with Evan Ingram. All right. And I think that Evan Ingram's going to have a better year than this past year, but I don't think statistically it's going to be some galaxy difference. What my hope is for Ingram is that the stats are similar, if not a bit better, but the impact is just felt more. Right now, and we talked a little bit about this, I think, on Friday, his stats, Ingram's stats from a year ago are a little bit like popcorn, puffy and lacking substance. And I'm hoping that instead of looking at, just numbers, we're actually feeling it on a game day. Like, you want to know what? I don't think the Broncos win that game without Evan Ingram in a way that we didn't say really last year at all.
No, for sure. Of course, get more involved, right? You have more than one touchdown. Move the chains on third down. Red zone, be a big red zone target. So you can still be that popcorn type of guy, but let's put some butter on it. Let's put some cheese on it. That's what I like on my popcorn. A little bit more
cheese.
Seasoning.
You like cheese on your popcorn?
Yeah, it's like this type of cheese.
Oh, like Parmesan cheese?
Yes,
almost?
Parmesan cheese.
Okay,
yeah. Put that with the butter mixed with like the popcorn sauce or the seasoning.
I like maybe some popcorn and some chocolate.
You're gonna put chocolate in it?
No, like an M&M with popcorn.
Yeah. I can get down with that.
A little sweet and salty. Although Dobbins can definitely get to 1,000 yards too. And if you're just joining us, I'm asking the question: what is the best chance of happening this season within the Broncos? Dobbins goes for 1,000. Sutton goes for 1,000. Waddle goes for 1,000. Benito gets to 15 sacks, or Ingram has 800 yards. I'm not going with Ingram. I'm not going with Benito. Man, I'd love to say Dobbins. We've never seen it. He's never stayed healthy. I can't. I mean, He definitely can. That's just not what I would pick as the most likely thing to happen. And so that brings me to between Waddle and Sutton. And both of these guys might go for 1,000. I'm not sure.
Might or will, ZB?
Might.
They will.
2,000-yard receivers, that just doesn't happen every day. So I'll say I'm not going to go with Waddle. Despite him being the shiny new toy, All right, and the most tempting pick. I'm going to go between these 5 things. There is only one guy who has done what I'm asking to do in Denver, and that guy is Courtland Sutton, and he's done it in back-to-back years with the quarterback that's going to be throwing him the ball. He is a proven concept in Denver, Colorado, in this exact setup. Has Waddle gone for over 1,000? Yeah, we've seen it down in South Beach.
3 times.
We've seen it.
3 times.
We've seen it with
Over
Sutton 3 times.
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
We have.
But 2 of the 3, he's done it with Bo. And in moments of stress and duress on 3rd and 4th down, I think he will continue to go to the league's number 1 wide receiver on 3rd and 4th down for back-to-back years. And I think amongst the 5 things that could all definitely happen this year, I think the single most likely will be Courtland Sutton once again getting to the 1,000-yard mark.
You must not have heard me correctly. All right, like Bo, yes, he's gonna get Courtland Sutton involved. We know that, but also Bo has other mouths that need to be fed. Evan Ingram, you just got them talking about. Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant, Marvin Mims, Jalen Waddle. Right, it's gonna be hard for someone like Court to get to 1,000 yards. Now Waddle will, because it's the run after the catch that Waddle does a great job with. He'll take a slant route to the house. So like, I'm good with you putting money on it. This is your money. But I'm telling you right now, if you're gonna bet on a receiver, it needs to be Jalen Waddle going for 1,000 yards. He's just that springier, more explosive receiver that's going to get open a little bit faster because of his speed, and Bo Nix is going to go to that, especially when he starts to stress out. Now, I'm not saying that Courtland can't go for 1,000. I think both of them are going to go for 1,000. But if I'm putting my money on it, it's going to be Mr. Waddle because of what he brings to the table just as a route runner and that speed and explosiveness after he has the ball in his hands.
What's more likely, both guys go for 1,000 or none of those 2 go for 1,000?
I'm going to say both guys go for 1,000 because of the passing attempts. All right, Bo Nix led the league in passing attempts, and we say it all the time. You have a young play caller in Davis Webb. You have Sean Payton that used to be a quarterback that wants to prove everybody wrong and always wants to pass the ball. So I can see the Denver Broncos going with 2 receivers that go for 1,000 yards. Plus, ZB, let me add this in. When Sean had his success with the Saints, he had 2 really good running backs in Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara that split time. Mm-hmm. Sean wants to do it here with the Denver Broncos with R.J. Harvey, J.K. Dobbins, and now you add in Jonah Coleman. So with that, I just think that they're going to try to pass the hell out of that football, and it's going to be a running back by committee when it comes to the 3-headed monster with Jonah Coleman, R.J. Harvey, and J.K. Dobbins.
All right. I think everyone around here with you in front of the line is going to be surprised how little changes for Courtland Sutton. How little changes for Courtland Sutton this year. You watch. Remember who told you.
And remember this. The first day, July 31st, when we come on air.
That's next week.
That's next week.
Next Friday.
Jalen Waddle's receiver 1. Hey, book that. You're going to be saying that after the first practice.
Well, you may be right.
Oh, I know I'm right.
Time will tell. Okay, there's something legitimately historic happening within Denver sports right now, and it demands your attention. We'll talk about what that is. Also, Bo Nix heard his name called this morning on the NFL's top 100 list as voted by the players. What do we like and not like about his slotting? We'll get to each of those things as we are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
They're back. Our free limited edition Training Camp 2026 t-shirts. We currently have drops at various Santiago's Mexican restaurants across the metro area. Limit 1 per person while supplies last. For more details and to find the location nearest you, head to DenverSports.com/shirt.
This week's Recovery of the Week is brought to you by Step Denver, the men's residential addiction recovery program in Lower Downtown. Our Recovery of the Week this week belongs to the Colorado Rockies, who got a nice vacation a week ago for the All-Star break and now look forward to the second half of the season, where after last year they lost 119 games and are currently on pace for a 23-game improvement and for the first time in years on pace to not lose 100 games. And that was our Recovery of the Week brought to you by Step Denver. And I'm once again sitting down with Donovan from Step Denver. Today we're talking about a crucial aspect of life, accountability. Such an important element of recovery and life as a whole. Wouldn't you say, Donovan?
It really is. Accountability is key to having a successful and peaceful life in my experience. For the longest time, I couldn't really hold myself accountable. I just couldn't own up to my own mistakes. I held everyone else responsible for except myself. Nobody else forced me to drink. Nobody else forced me to do drugs. I chose to do that. Step really taught me how to take accountability and how to be honest in all my affairs. I can't be lying about certain things. I can't be pointing the blame on someone else when I was the one who caused the harm to begin with. Even when the community here reinforces that accountability, I would rather see a peer of mine prosper by holding them accountable instead of seeing them destroy themselves with something small that they did. The smallest thing that can turn into something big in the end if you think that nobody's going to hold you accountable for it. Here at STEP, we focus on real lasting change, and that starts with accountability.
If you are someone who is struggling with addiction, or you want to make a donation to help the men who are calling STEP to get their life back today, visit stepdenver.org. Again, that website one more time, stepdenver.org.
Genie log, day 10,574. The Powerball jackpot is over $500 million now. So nobody's looking for a genie in a lamp. To find my lamp, you gotta go spelunking in a cave and say, "Open sesame." But who spelunks? For a chance to win the Powerball jackpot, all you have to do is play. I'm never getting out of here.
Grant your own wishes. The Powerball jackpot is over $500 million. Must be 18 to play. Approximate jackpot odds are 1 in 293 million. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Denver Deck Builders can absolutely build you a great deck, but as their owner, Ron Gibbs, explained to me, they can do so much more.
Well, sometimes people will want a roof over it. Sometimes they'll want a kitchen, hot tub. But whatever the family needs are, the bottom line is they're wanting to spend time outside in a little bit different environment than their kitchen table. They're with their kids, their friends, and they're enjoying building relationships and building memories.
Start planning your dreams with Denver Deck Builders. Go to ddbonthefan.com.
Men, if your energy is down, your workouts aren't producing results, you're gaining stubborn weight, losing muscle, sleeping poorly, or just not feeling like yourself anymore, it may be more than just aging. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Our low T and body composition treatments are designed to help men regain energy, improve focus, sleep better, build lean muscle, reduce unwanted fat, and restore confidence both in and out of the gym. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we specialize in helping men optimize their health, performance, and vitality. Using personalized medical treatments tailored to your health and goals, many men begin noticing improvements in energy, mental clarity, recovery, motivation, libido, and overall body composition within just a few weeks. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, PSA and T-test, and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. Summer is here, and if you're planning a home project this year, windows, siding, or decking, now is the time to sign before the snow flies. Don't wait. Get the project you've always wanted and lock in a low-interest loan as low as 6.99% for 15 years. You deserve to enjoy your home, and 5280 Exteriors makes it easy with financing built for real Colorado homeowners. Call today or visit 5280exteriors.com to schedule your free estimate.
Most camera installers don't offer a guarantee. Vantage does. It's called Capture or it's free. If a Vantage system misses an incident in a zone they identified during your threat zone analysis, they'll refund the entire install. That's the kind of guarantee a company can stand behind, because your security system is designed around your property first, not pulled off a kit shelf. Invest in real security for your home. Call Vantage at 720-366-7759 or visit vssicolorado.com today. Terms and conditions apply.
Feeling stuck? Think bigger. Meet NASA's Meredith McKay and explore space careers, the future of Artemis, and more at the New Frontiers Diplomacy Forum, July 28th at Wings Over the Rockies. Tickets at wingsmuseum.org.
Want real Broncos talk? Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents.
So I said going into the last break, we will get to some of the Bo Nick stuff here at the top of the hour. We were just discussing, what has the best chance of happening this season within the Denver Broncos, and the options were Dobbins goes for 1,000, Sutton goes for 1,000, Waddle goes for 1,000, Benito goes for 15 sacks, or Evan Ingram has an 800-yard season. All right, I picked Sutton. You picked Benito. Jesse and Sturgis says, "Hey ZB, how about all the above?" It's just not going to work out like that. It's not. What do you think is the least likely between these two things?
I'm going to go with the least likely being Evan Ingram getting to 800 yards.
Yeah, I think so.
I just think for Ev, like, he needs to show us that he can do more even when the football is in his hands, right? Not just catching the football for a 10-yard gain, but like, can you break that tackle? Can you make somebody miss? Or is it one of these situations and scenarios where you're always having a play that's drawn up for you that's a perfect play, right? Like, there was one that he could have had for a touchdown. Bo Nix overthrew him.
He did.
He
underthrew him.
Oh, he did. Underthrew him. And so now you don't have your second touchdown of the year. So for Evan Ingram, there's a lot there to prove that you still have it. For Ev, there's a lot there he needs to prove to us that, hey, he can be a tight end one and help out this year for the Denver Broncos as they try to get to a Super Bowl.
If I changed Evan Ingram's number, because 800 is probably too high, what if I changed it to 600?
I like that.
Would that be the most realistic thing among these options?
600 yards as a starting tight end? Like, yes. He
had 461 last year.
461. Evan Ingram's a little hungrier this year. I believe that Davis Webb, who was his former teammate, is going to get him more involved. Or just having the addition of Jalen Waddle that's going to open up the spacing in the field. And you have someone like Evan Ingram coming across the football field a little bit more. So, yeah, I would say that's doable. Like 600, I probably would put my money on Evan Ingram getting the 600 yards. Now, touchdowns, like, hopefully Ev can get to like 3 or 4 touchdowns this year. Yeah. Like, let's try to get to 4 touchdowns. One's unacceptable as a starting tight end, especially when you're just big body.
You're a pass catching tight end.
A big body tight end in the red zone or at goal line. You should be available and ready to catch the football for a touchdown.
All right, we'll see how that all shakes out. All this stuff, it's going to sort itself out naturally. We will begin to gather legitimate clues starting next Friday. Right now, we're just sort of speculating. Starting next Friday, we're going to start having tangible evidence of what this new frontier of Denver Broncos offense is with Davis Webb. And will some of that show up right out of the gate? We started seeing some differences, already in terms of pre-snap motion, which the Denver Broncos, we talked about last week, were dead last in pre-snap motion a year ago. So next Friday, here we go. Okay. There is something legitimately historic happening in Denver sports right now. I believe it demands your attention. Now, there's could be dissenting opinions on this, but as a sports fan, if we're in Denver sports, I think this demands your attention, and it's the Hunter Goodman story. This thing is not slowing down; it's actually only picking up speed. Hunter Goodman had a 3-jack day over the weekend. 3 dingers in one game, and it is the second time that has happened for Hunter Goodman this season. He is the first player ever in the history of the Rockies to have 2 different 3-homer games in a season.
I'll tell you what, ZB, like that right there is a player that's just in a zone. He's blocking out all the noise about, hey, the Rockies suck and like they're not any good. For him, it's like, hey, we may not be good, but it's not going to be because of me. I'm going to do my part, whether it's hitting, whether it's catching. If you ask me to be a first baseman, I'm going to do it all. And I'm going to force the Rockies' hand of like, hey, you better keep me around and you better pay me at some point because I am one of your better players. So good for Hunter Goodman and what he is doing. And I've been there where you are getting in a zone. And, yeah, you're looking up and your team's not winning a bunch of games, but you're doing well. You're getting all the accolades, and that's all you can worry about. You're still a team player, but you're doing your job. Isn't that something we always say, hey, do your job?
Yeah.
You tell me all the time, Phil, do your job. ZB, do your job. For Hunter Goodman, he's doing his job, man, and that's all you can ask for.
Man, it's been really impressive. I mean, guys, so he did this in late June, all right? So it was just a handful of weeks ago. He homered 3 different times against the Twins. He now has 30 home runs this season. That is trailing only Kyle Schwarber with the Phillies and Yordan Alvarez, and both of those guys are DHs. And so when you look back at the history of the NL for, catchers, Johnny Bench holds the National League record for home runs in a season with 45. I can't believe this, but Hunter Goodman is actually on pace to break this. I mean, there's some history here. Like, truly, it was the 10th multi-home run game of Hunter Goodman's career, which is only 4 seasons. Like, the Rockies found something here. They really did. And I think that, look, and I've heard the sentiment or the thought of, none of it really matters, like with the Rockies. Like, it doesn't matter. This is a bad baseball team and yada, yada, yada. Like some version of that I've heard. And I just don't think that that's true.
Well, when does it start to matter? I guess that's when, like, it starts somewhere. Like, you're still losing, but you still have winning players that you need. So at some point they build up and you can start winning with those winning players.
I think it matters right now. I do. Now, I'm not saying that the Rockies are, I'm not misframing this, that the Rockies are like appointment TV every night, okay? I wouldn't say that because they're still not good, all right? They are a bad baseball team. But they're also a galaxy better than they were a year ago. I mean, guys, we're talking about on pace to improve by 22 wins year over year. And all you have to do is put eyes on the game. They're just a different group. They have a different spirit about them. They're obviously under new management, right? Have you ever pulled up to like a business that's got the banner under new management, right? That should be hanging outside of Coors Field right now. Under new management. Dick Monfort is no longer running the Rockies on the day-to-day. They did go external. And this is the results immediately? I mean, immediately. This is what it looks like? It almost begs like, man, what if this happened years ago? How much further along in your timeline would you have been had you acted sooner? Because we wanted competent and competitive. That's exactly what we're getting. But it begs the question, like, what does it look like in 3 years? And Hunter Goodman is under team control for 3 more years.
He's 26 years old.
Dude, this guy is making $810,000, guys.
Pay that man already.
He is, and I know I've been saying this, so I'm repeating myself, but Hunter Goodman, and I started saying this last year, he's the best contract in Denver sports. He's got, like, think about this. Only 3 other Rockies players in the history of the team recorded multiple 3-home run games during their career. And 2 of the 3, their title starts with Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer Larry Walker. Hall of Famer Todd Helton and Cargo. And Hunter Goodman is the first Rocky with 30 home runs before the month of August since Todd Helton in 2001. Guys, that was 2.5 decades ago. That was a long time ago. And Hunter Goodman is doing right now what Todd Helton did in one of his best seasons in his Hall of Fame career.
So tell me this. Is it safe to say that Hunter Goodman's not going anywhere?
He's not going anywhere. I
mean, we are not trading Hunter Goodman.
I mean, you would have to get a haul, and it would have to include some arms.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. Say you have 2 top 100 pitching prospects that somebody decides to give you. It's not going to be the Yankees, guys. They don't have anybody in their farm system that the Rockies can have. But just say, 2 of them. 2 really good pitchers, young pitchers. Would you give up Hunter Goodman for those 2 pitchers?
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to know specifically, like, what this looked like. My first knee-jerk reaction is no. Like, this is some of the best display of power that we've seen in the history of the organization. Like, guys, he is now 10 home runs away with how many games left to do it? We can do some math, but he is 10 home runs away from putting up a top 10 single-season mark in the history of the team. And he just hit 3 of them yesterday. 3 of them.
Well, somebody out there could be thinking, well, damn, this team sucks. Hunter Goodman's playing out of his mind. What can we really get with him? Maybe it's more than 2. Maybe we get 3 prospects, right? In the pitchers we're talking about here, like they help with the bullpen. That's what somebody out there may be thinking. Me personally, I'm keeping Hunter Goodman. He's 26 years old. Okay, you can build around him. You need to find out these guys that are going to stick around long enough to see some success. Hunter Goodman will do that for you. Chase Dollander, who's hurt right now, he'd be another one if he can continue to go as a pitcher.
Sure.
You're building around. Somebody like Mickey Moniak, I can see that you give up because he's going to be in his 30s. But Hunter Goodman needs to stay. But I just need to ask you that because we need pitchers badly.
There's no doubt about it. Dante, you got something on this here behind the glass?
No, well, you guys were talking about the likelihood of Goodman getting traded. I have seen various trade proposals out there, mostly Twitter people, but they are real baseball reporters, and they're talking about the kind of haul the Rockies would get back for a guy like that. So it does feel like there is a potential for that to happen,
What
that he
haul,
gets
though?
traded.
Like what's something out there that
I saw one earlier today it was Patrick Lyons, who's a Rockies insider.
Yep.
He had one with the Red Sox.
Okay, and they're hotter than fish grease right now.
My goodness.
Boy, they win 13 in a row, right?
13 in a row. That team never loses. It has,
and the Rockies took 2 or 3 from them, did they not? It was about
earlier, a couple months ago.
I think it was
maybe a month ago.
Yeah, it was like 1 month ago, I want to say.
But they have the Rockies getting back a pretty good haul here. Connolly Early, who's been a pitcher for the Red Sox at the big league level. Marcelo Mayer, who's been a infielder, very high draft pick, high prospect for the Red Sox. A catcher, Carlos Navarez, and another relief pitcher, Kyson Witherspoon here.
We drafted 2 catchers.
Yeah, 2 catchers in the first 4 picks this past year. So.
But these are real MLB guys. Like Connolly Early and Mayer have both been making impacts at the big league level. So you could get something for him, but it was more just the idea that people are floating out trades.
Yeah, okay. And it was almost exactly 1 month ago. They took 2 of 3. These Rockies took 2 of 3 against the hottest team in baseball, the Boston Red Sox. So, yeah, you know what? I think we'd have to look at it case by case. But for right now, my initial reaction is, man, like, what if this guy's just getting started?
That's what I'm saying. Like you don't want to give up somebody like that, especially who's 26 years old. Like, you build around players like that. And I understand in the baseball world, sometimes you have to give up these really good players so that you can start building up with the young prospects and all that. But you still need somebody to go out there and play. Why not somebody that you know is going to do well for you and be very consistent? Hunter Goodman has been consistent for 2 straight years, and hopefully he's only touching the surface.
All right, I'm going to repeat some of these stats because I know people are busy, but you have to hear this. First Rockies player in team history with multiple 3-homer games in a season. All right, he's now 3rd in Major League Baseball in home runs. Amongst catchers, Johnny Bench holds the NL record for home runs in a season with 45. Goodman is literally on pace to break that mark. All right. His 10th multi-homer game in just his 4th season. The only other players in team history that have recorded multiple 3-home run games during their career, Hall of Famer Larry Walker, Hall of Famer Todd Helton, and Cargo. And the first Rocky with 30 home runs before August starts since Todd Helton 25 years ago. I think if you're a Denver sports fan and you're not in on this, I just start paying attention. Go on YouTube, watch the highlights. I mean, they're a scrappy, plucky team, but this guy, Hunter Goodman, has some star quality to him. There is no doubt about it. Okay, this is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver, and KARSFM Laramie.
The 5 o'clock whistle, powered by Smart Local Union 9 sheet metal workers. Smart Local 9, where pride meets your future.
It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive, powered by Regen RX.
Woo! Come on, ZB. It's a Monday, but it feels like a Friday. I don't know why. Maybe we're just having so much damn fun.
We are having a fun Monday here. Happy Monday, July 20th to you. We now are in officially like late July territory. Just a little under 2 weeks from Broncos training camp. Next Friday. So technically, even though it's late, next week we will be out at practice, coming back, reporting to you live all of our observations. And we're going to be hearing from Sean Payton and Bo Nix, and business is about to pick up around here.
Business is going to be booming. There's going to be so much to talk about. There's going to be so many competitions that we're going to be keeping an eye on. Jahdae Barron and Jaquan McMillan, what does that look like? Riley Moss versus Jalen Waddle and Cortland Sutton. Is Riley getting better? You know, what is the combination of Fonga and Brennan Jones? What does that look like with Brennan Jones being back in the mix and healthy? Can the offense win a couple of these practices? That's something I want to talk about a lot throughout the camp. It's like, is Bo Nix putting his team in really good situations? Now, I get it, and I'm going to let you guys know a lot of these practices are going to be scripted. right? Sometimes it's going to be for the offense, and sometimes it's going to be for the defense. But if there's a practice that it's helping the defense out, I want to see how Bo Nix goes about his business. Can he still win that day even though the odds are stacked against him? It's things like that you want to see throughout camp.
Well, there was not really a day last summer when we came in here and we're like, okay, the offense won the day. They were unequivocally better. And unfortunately, it was kind of reporting back the same thing, but we don't have an agenda. We're not trying to appease the RamosLaw.com text line or Twitter. We're telling you exactly what's going on at practice. And I remember Sean Payton saying, it's okay if one side of the ball is having its way. You just don't want that to sustain throughout the summer. And that's exactly what happened. And then when the regular season started, the defense was clearly the backbone of the team. The offense was boom or bust.
Yeah.
And largely
very streaky.
Yeah, very streaky. Had major swaths of games just disjointed. And so I would love if that sort of flips and this becomes more competitive. And it is time. It's time. This is Bo Nix in year 3. What more could you want? What more could you want? You have a one of the best backs in the league when he's healthy. You've replenished that position through the draft.
Yes,
R.J.
you did.
Harvey in year 2. You traded a first-round pick for Waddle to match with an already existing 1,000-yard receiver. I mean, so you have one of the best offensive lines
You brought
in the
everybody
NFL.
back
Yep.
offensively and defensively. Like life is good if you're Bo Nix. Life is good if you're the Denver Broncos. Now, of course, you got to stay healthy, and you got to find a way, even during camp in the dog days, and it's just kind of the same thing over and over. It's like, how can you get better? Can you get 1% better? And everybody can get better. Even if you're Hufanga and you've been in the league, been to a Super Bowl, how can I better myself for this team this upcoming season so that we can make a run in the playoffs, so that we can get to a Super Bowl? Everybody has to be on the same page. But there's one more. Okay, there's one more position I think that we need to keep a close eye on, and it's Jonathan Cooper, the pass rush, and Ellis, right? And Jonah Ellis and what he's doing. Because, ZB, you came in here and you described the one play of Jonah Ellis when he was able to, get his opportunities to play, and he put McGlinchey on skates, right? So now, is there a competition between Cooper and Ellis?
Wouldn't that be something?
And it could be something, especially with there being a distraction with Cooper with the legal issues, not knowing when that's going to go through, if it goes through at all. And you have Ellis that's probably upset that they were going to change his position, and now he wants to show that he can be a pass rusher. So that's what I'm just going to tell you guys need to keep an eye on.
Let's put a pin in that. That's a larger discussion we need to circle back to. Bo Nix heard his name called this morning on the NFL's top 100 list as voted on by the players. All right, we weren't sure where he was going to come in. What do we like and not like about his slotting? So Bo comes in as voted on by the NFL players themselves at number 59 heading into the season. The 59th best player in the league. 5 spots higher than he was last year when he was 64th. I'm not going to lie. I thought he was going to come in with an even higher ranking.
Yeah.
It's great that he got his name called. I thought it was going to be, I don't know, maybe 10 slots higher, something like that.
ZB, I had him at 40. Yeah, because these are the players that are choosing these rankings. And as a player, if you're playing against Bo Nix, I mean, he's everything you want and more as a competitor. He's winning games. He's a guy that you could trust in the fourth quarter. Yes, he needs to get better, but I'm talking about as a player and playing against him. Someone like Max Crosby, it's like, okay, I can respect this man because he's going at me. He's giving me the crazy eyes, but then he's backing it up with his play. So when you have guys like that, you want to respect them. So I had him at 40. The players obviously look at him a little differently right now at 59, but he is moving up the board. And that's all that you want to see is your young quarterback getting better every single year, and it shows.
It does. It does. And so every year when this comes out, each one of these slottings has a video that gets released. And when they'll have the show on NFL Network and they're counting down, you once upon a time were a part of this, where other players as well as your own teammates are kind of describing who this guy is.
Yeah.
And so that video dropped this morning from the NFL on all their social media handles. And we're going to play it for you. It's about 2 minutes long, okay? So you're going to hear some highlights and the great Dave Logan on the call. You're going to hear 3 different voices for sure that are players. Pat Surtain, Max Crosby, and Garrett Bowles will be the players speaking in this video. And without further ado, here's what dropped this morning.
It was against the Cowboys. He made a throw like it was a dot, like over 2 defenders.
Bo Nix threw an absolute BB to Cortland Sutton. Perfect throw.
When he made that throw, I was like, man, not many quarterbacks can make that throw, man. Bo's a gamer.
When Bo needs to make a play, he's able to make big plays.
To the goal line, Bo Nix into the end zone.
He's athletic. He's got a great arm.
Throws the ball, fades, deep corner, caught, touchdown, Marvin Mims.
Bo Nix is not afraid to make these throws.
Touchdown, Denver. Man, what a throw by Bo Nix. Can run if he wants to. Nix to the 5, Nix to the goal line, touchdown, Denver.
He's a dog. I'll give it to him.
I don't know what it is, but like when he's down and he feels like the urgency picks up, it's like he turns into Superman.
Sean Payton talked to us about that. He said his guys look at Bo Nix and they never feel like they're out of the game.
And on the final play of the game, the Denver Broncos have beaten the Kansas City Chiefs.
Bo Nix knows how to win. They've had all these comeback wins. He is truly a winner.
Could Bo Nix be putting another notch in his comeback belt?
The Broncos have 13 comeback wins this year. That's the most in the history of the NFL.
That fourth quarter magic, man, I mean, he's a freak of nature.
And the fourth quarter magic remains for Denver. We've seen it before from Bo Nix, the comeback, but this is a really big hill.
Bo scampers into the end zone with a Denver touchdown. Nix rolls to his right, throws a ball into the flat. Denver has a touchdown. New York 26, Denver 23.
I think my favorite moment is when we called a pin and pull play against the Giants. He takes the handoff, I make a real block, scores, we win the football game. We scored like 30 points in the fourth quarter.
What a comeback by the Denver Broncos.
What's up, baby? Hey, you're a hell of a competitor, man. You already know I love playing against you every single time.
And that voice at the end of the video right there was Travis Kelce coming to find Bo Nix after a game, telling him he's a hell of a competitor and he loves playing against Bo. There's been you know what? I mean, look, it hasn't been perfect, but there has been a lot of awesome moments with Bo Nix packed inside 2 years. And a couple moments that were being referenced that, quite frankly, I had forgotten about.
Yeah, Zabi. When you think of Bo Nix, you think of bigger plays, right? Big plays, athletic ability. Of course, the fourth quarter comebacks, the 13 comeback games anyway that you win. Like, that's Bo Nix for you. But you're right. It's plays like you forget. It's the Commanders one. The Washington Commanders, where Bo Nix is sitting there, they're trying to score a touchdown, moves up in the pocket a little bit. You think he's going to take off and run like he usually does, but he has his eyes downfield, which is always good when you have a quarterback with his eyes downfield first. Okay, getting ready to get tackled, and as the knee gets ready to just touch that blade of grass, throws the ball, Cortland Sutton catches it, touchdown. Like, those are big-time plays that someone like Patrick Mahomes makes all the time that we ooh and all about. Well, Bo Nix did that sometimes.
Yeah, and it's interesting, you know, kind of stumbled on this in real time just a little bit earlier because we were talking about Caleb Williams, and we'll get to some of the other guys in his class here in just a second, because clearly Caleb and Drake May are going to be listed ahead of Bo, as voted on by the players, and so just don't let me forget that. So we'll put a pin in that.
You know that.
You know, it's interesting that I was describing Caleb Williams last week or earlier today, and I said, you know, the guy's dripping talent, right? For whatever reason, we, and when I say we, like the collective NFL mindset coast to coast, we don't really reference just how talented Bo Nix is. And like when we talk about Drake May, talk about how big and fast and how big of an arm he has and all this stuff. We talk about Caleb Williams and he's a magician, and I called him a ballerina last week, and he just he gets out of these jams and he's like, wait, how did he just do that? Bo, for whatever reason, you referenced the play against the Commanders that I, quite frankly, I had to go back and rewatch it. Like, I remembered it, but I had to go back and rewatch it, and it was like, wow.
I have a memory like an elephant. I remember everything.
And so, Phil, I'm like going back and watching that play, like, damn. Like, and I sometimes roll my eyes at the and you sort of referenced it in passing, like, hey, if Patrick Mahomes did that, they would be on an endless loop on SportsCenter, some version of that. And I'll say, well, that guy was a Hall of Famer by age 28.
Yeah, he's
like,
not Patrick Mahomes.
No, like Mahomes is in a different category, and he's made a career of making those plays. But But it's like, wait, like you think about that play against the Commanders. You think about the raw arm talent that we saw on Monday Night Football against the Browns, where he flicked it 50 yards to Marvin Mims and it goes for a 93-yard touchdown. You know, his rolling out against the Cincinnati Bengals, I think that was on primetime too.
It was, yeah.
And they're down, and he finds, he's throwing it on the run looking like Derek Jeter, throwing a ball from, short to first, and he's throwing it in the back of the end zone for Marvin Mims, who's in double coverage. And we think of like these runs, the raw athleticism against the Texans where he's running for 45 yards.
The Saints, right? New Orleans Saints on the Thursday night football game a couple years ago where they just call a run play to Bo Nix. Bo Nix gets around the outside. I don't know how you do that to a bunch of grown-ass men, but you get around the outside, and he scampers for a 50-yard touchdown. Like, the athletic ability and speed is there on Bo.
The play against the Giants that Bo was referencing,
Yes.
the pin and pull, and Bo's love. He's giving himself credit on
He was like, the one that, I have right here. He's like, I make well block. Like, yeah, you sure did. You sure did, Bose.
But it's one of those things that's like, man, like for whatever reason, and maybe it goes back to pre-draft stuff, but raw talent and Bo Nix aren't often associated in the same sentences. And again, I'm talking about the collective NFL mindset coast to coast. Like, we are a nation rabid about NFL football. And this is a guy who, from an arm strength and arm talent standpoint, doesn't leave much to be desired. All right. Now, he needs to get more accurate and more pace on the ball.
What's the first thing with all the pre-draft evaluations? Bo Nix doesn't have a strong arm. That's the first thing we heard. Bo Nix doesn't have a strong arm. He's not accurate. He's a check-down merchant. It's things like that.
Well, he does need to get more accurate.
Well, and hands down. Like, he definitely does need to get more accurate. But the arm talent's there.
The arm talent is there.
The strength is there.
Yes.
Now you just have to just pace it a little bit more, not try to break somebody's hand and step into your throws. That's going to help your accuracy out.
There's a lot he needs to improve on, and we sort of were itemizing those things a week ago, right? Play better from the pocket, not be so frenetic, be better against zone. You're one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL against zone defenses, closer to one of the best against man. The accuracy, the downfield stuff, the completion percentage, like there's still a lot that he needs to grow. But from a talent standpoint, like, he was the second fastest quarterback in the NFL with the ball in his hands last year, according to Next Gen Stats, amongst anyone. Josh Allen, Lamar, it was Bo Nix was second to only Caleb Williams, who we refer to as dripping with talent, as I did earlier today, but we don't necessarily talk about Bo Nix in the same way from a pure talent standpoint. And I don't know if that's ever going to change. I'm really not sure.
Well, the only way for that to change is to continue to be the same version of yourself over and over and over, and go out there if you're Bo Nix and make these miraculous plays and showcase your speed when you do have an opportunity. And at some point, people are going to just say, uncle, give in and say, you're right. You are better than we expected. But for a lot of scouts, executives, coaches out there, they had this man pinned down as a guy that's a system quarterback that likes to just do a bunch of checkdowns. All right, a lot of people didn't understand that Bo Nix did have this athletic ability and this speed because Bo didn't run at the combine. You even had Sean Payton himself saying he's surprised at how fast Bo Nix
I remember.
is.
Yeah.
And so I think everybody's just catching up with Bo. The more times than our boy Brock talked about it.
Yeah, Brock Huard.
Talked about it a couple times. The more times that the Denver Broncos are on prime time,
sure,
everybody gets to see that. And if Bo Nix can play well on primetime games, utilize his speed, accurate with the football, now everybody's going to start seeing that and say, okay, there's more to Bo Nix than meets the eye. It's not just Sean Payton and his system piecing that together to help Bo out. Like, Bo's actually elevating this team.
So, okay. Back to the list itself, the NFL's top 100, okay? Bo hears his name called this morning. He comes in at number 59, 5 spots higher than he did last year when he was 64th. He is higher on the list than the likes of someone like Brock Purdy, who has played in a Super Bowl, former number 1 overall pick Baker Mayfield, who has taken multiple NFL teams to the postseason, someone like Jordan Love, who on most of the lists we were talking about last week was always ranked higher than Bo, not according to the players. He was also ranked higher than 2-time MVP Lamar Jackson, who had a precipitous fall from inside the top 10 to number 69.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bo was ranked higher than former number 1 overall pick and another postseason quarterback from a year ago, Trevor Lawrence, who was universally last week ranked ahead of Bo on every one of those lists that we looked at. And so each of those guys that we named last week, ESPN's poll of league executives, coaches, and scouts had Nix lower than all of them, but inside the league, the players have Bo ahead of all of them. And so now Bo joins his Broncos teammates, Zach Allen, who was 73rd on this list, Courtland Sutton, who is 68th on this list, who have already made this top 100. We surmise that PS2 is going to hear his name called.
Yep.
Quinn Miners is going to hear his name called. Garrett Bowles probably going to hear his name called.
Yeah.
And am I missing someone?
Nick Bonito.
And Nick Bonito.
Of course you miss him, right? You're going with the most – what was the conversation we were having, like – when Nick Bonito with his 15 sacks and then Courtland Sutton with 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
You don't like Nick Bonito. You're going with Courtland Sutton.
No, I think Courtland Sutton going for 1,000 yards is more likely than Bonito notching 15 sacks.
And now you just forget my man right here.
That may be a coin flip, by the way.
NFL
I'm not
top
sure.
100.
Yeah, no, but all those guys. So that means if that comes to fruition, that means the Broncos will have 6 players on the NFL's top 100. So like really good representation from Denver. But it also means that Caleb Williams and Drake May are going to be ahead of Bo. And that means all these lists from the ESPN's anonymous polling, coaches, executives, and scouts, as well as Pro Football Focus, as well as Sports Illustrated, and it looks like as well as the NFL players will agree with those lists. The players themselves will agree with those lists that Bo Nix is definitively behind Caleb Williams and Drake May specifically. We think Jaden Daniels probably fell out of this list.
Yeah, I would think Jaden Daniels, after not playing much, is going to be off this list. I mean, he can come back and bounce back this year. Very athletic, very talented. He did it once. He can do it again. He has to go ahead and think some things if he wants to do that. But for Caleb Williams, EB, he almost went for 4,000 yards passing as well, 27 touchdowns and 7 interceptions.
That was Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams, right? And there was big-time plays.
You said 27 and 7? 27
yeah, and 7 interceptions.
I mean, you're talking, that's almost a 4-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. My question is, how far behind is Bo Nix to both Drake May and Caleb Williams?
What do you think?
So I'm looking at it like, okay, if Bo is 59, I can see someone like Caleb Williams 50. Let's just go 50 on the dot, right? Ooh. Where everybody thinks that he's better than Bo Nix. He's 50.
Phil, I think you're going to be off on this one.
He's 50. And there's just more room for improvement, right? Just like Bo Nix, Caleb Williams still has a lot of improvement to do with staying in the box longer, like, stepping into his throws, things like that. Accurate at times as well. But he is really good, even on the run. He's very explosive. So I can see him being in front of Bo, obviously. But for Drake May, maybe Drake May goes 45.
Oh, dude, I think you're way off on this too, man.
Why though?
Or not that you're way off, but your prediction is going to be way off on what the players' view of Caleb Williams and Drake May is.
So what do you think it's going to be for both those guys? Drake May, Caleb Williams.
So you say 50 and
50 and let's go 42.
Okay.
Drake May 42, Caleb Williams 50.
I mean, I think you're probably going to be 15, 20 spots off, and maybe I'm just simply off. But I think when this thing continues to unfold, I think the players' view of Caleb Williams and Drake May is going to be pretty darn high. I say Caleb Williams instead of 50, as you guessed. I'm going to say this guy is top 30, somewhere like right around 30. And I think Drake May be in the 20s.
Well, so tell me how that works when Drake May, he wasn't on the list last year.
No, but this is very much, I'm glad you pointed that out.
Yeah.
This is very much a thermostat. It's just the current temperature. If someone like Lamar Jackson can go from inside the top 10 and slide 60 spots year over year,
that's insane,
to number 69, if they can do that for a lot of these players, King, Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP, right? It's an immediate reaction. And so when you have a quarterback who literally finished runner-up for the league MVP, I don't think you're going to see him outside the top 30. I just don't. And I think that players within the league gawk at the talent that Caleb Williams has that had him picked number one.
So the talent with Caleb Williams, I can understand. But like Drake May, when you look at the schedule and you look at like some of these defenses that played him in the playoffs, you think they're going to say, well, yeah, that man should be in the top 25 when he stinked in the playoffs. Like that's where I have a problem with this. I don't know if the players are going to put Drake May at 25 if that is the case, right? Like we'll see how that plays out. But one really good year, and now he's just like everybody wants to crown him.
But look what they did to Lamar after one really bad year.
And this is, again, where it's like, okay, is this, although it's the NFL's top 100 and the players are making these lists, I need to ask these players, do they truly think Lamar Jackson should be 69? Because the answer is going to be no. I can tell you that right now. We can have a bunch of players come on, and they're going to say Lamar Jackson should not be 69. Should he be number 1 or 5? You don't have to put him in the top 5.
Phil, who's lower on Lamar Jackson than me?
You always are. You're down on him, my man, even when he's high.
No, I'm down on him because he's one of the largest playoff shrinkers we've ever seen from a player of his caliber. This guy's a multiple-time league MVP.
But we're getting ready to crown Drake May, who wasn't even.
He was terrible in the postseason.
It wasn't Drake May that was the reason why
Drake May,
the Patriots went to the Super Bowl.
Brother, in the postseason, he was BAD bad. He just was. But I'm saying if this is a thermostat and you're willing to drop Lamar Jackson 60 spots, what are you going to do for someone who plays quarterback and just finished runner-up for league MVP?
I can see if he's been in the league a couple more years. Then it's like he's consistent. They understand that, and you move on.
It's like a power ranking. It's like, what have you done for me lately? Right here, right now. Jaden Daniels went from Offensive Rookie of the Year, and where was he on this list last year? He was top 20, I think.
Was he?
I'm pretty sure he was.
I know he was like 30.
Top 25, or maybe, and now he's not even on the list. What have you done for me?
We don't know yet. We still don't know.
Well, I'd be surprised if he was on this list.
I would be too.
After the year that he had and the year Bo had, if he's still ahead of Bo, that would be, Dante, you got something real quick?
No, I was just curious about Phil saying that Drake May has a small sample size, even though his sample size of playoff games is much bigger than Bo Nix's. And I feel like Bo Nix gets the pass of, he plays winning football.
He does.
And then when Drake May plays winning football, it's like, no, he got carried by the defense.
Well, first off, when it comes to Drake May had opportunities to be the man, especially when Bo Nix was out and didn't do it. They won. The Patriots beat the Broncos 10-0. What did Drake May do? Now, he had a good play running the ball at the end
He did.
spring to finish the game up.
He did.
But you're looking for a quarterback that's going to sling it around, right? That's why he was second in the MVP. Matthew Stafford's going to do that. That's what I want to see. I want to see Drake May. I'm not saying Bo Nix should be in top 10 either. But I better not see Drake May top 25 when he had one good year.
Phil, I would just prepare yourself.
I'm going to prepare myself.
I would prepare yourself. And I'll say this to Dante's point because I think he makes a relatively fair one. I would my rebuttal if I were Phil, I would say the one game that Bo Nix played in the postseason was better than any game that we saw from Drake May. Now Drake May went up against
Bo Nix has played 2 playoff games.
He has both against the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
right. One's a 30-7 loss, or 31-7, or 30-7, whatever that was.
Yeah.
And then the other one was the divisional round this year, which he outplayed Josh Allen.
Yeah. By the way, Josh Allen shrunk. He's a shrinker too. You get to the playoffs, you shrink, right?
Phil, he literally
horrible. It was 5 turnovers for Josh Allen.
It was not good on that. It was not good on that day.
Shrinker.
Now, if you want to talk about him in a vacuum and say he shrunk on that day, you certainly can. But he went into that game. You know what I'm going to say. Finish my sentence for me.
I'm not finishing.
He went into that game as what?
As what?
The number 1 touchdown to interception ratio in NFL postseason history.
And then what happened?
And he turned the ball over. James Cook fumbled, and they did what the Bills do. They did what the Bills do.
Isn't that what Lamar Jackson did one time? And you like to say that
touchdown
to interception ratio?
No. It's much more than one time. Lamar. You should be able to finish the sentence too. For every touchdown pass Lamar has in the postseason, he also has a turnover. It's literally 1-to-1.
Both of them
They're
are
not. They've played each other multiple times in the postseason, and Lamar has always lost multiple times.
I have a question for Phil.
What is Josh? Does he win?
Name me. He wins more than Lamar.
Does he win the Super Bowl?
No, they're the Bills. The organization stinks. Phil, their defense is averaging 33 points a game given up in postseason losses.
Hey, but it's okay. There's shrinkers and there's growers, and right now Lamar and Josh, they're both shrinkers.
No, they're not in the same category.
Yeah, they're shrinkers.
One's actually more accomplished and becomes the worst version of himself in the postseason. Name me a larger playoff shrinker in this era of football than Lamar.
Josh Allen.
Okay,
Josh Allen couldn't beat.
You have no evidence.
No evidence. We just watched Bo Nix
beat
Josh Allen.
We're doing
Josh
this
Allen
again.
going for 5.
I'm not doing this again.
I got one more question for Phil before we break.
Okay.
You said you wanted to see Drake May throw the football around. Why would he have to throw the football around if they went 3-1 in the playoffs? If you're winning games,
the defense
would it have been a smart move for them to throw it around against the Broncos, or to keep it low scoring and win the game?
Well, they tried to throw it around, they couldn't.
You play the game you're in. They had the smart approach, and
shrinker.
I'm telling you, you're not going to have a good day when this list gets to Drake May. I'm just telling you, and I'm not saying he belongs there. But the view inside the league, we'll see what it is.
Yeah.
Time will tell. All right, if you want to react to any of that conversation, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line 303 888-713-1043. Shifting from one conversation Phil doesn't want to have to another. ESPN's analytics assigned the win probability in every matchup for Deion Sanders, Phil's King, and the Colorado Buffaloes. We'll go through it next.
They're back. Our free limited edition Training Camp 2026 t-shirts. We currently have drops at various Santiago's Mexican restaurants across the metro area. Limit one per person while supplies last. For more details and to find the location nearest you, head to DenverSports.com/shirt.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. Get a free oil filter and more during the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone, now through July 27th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Men, when addressing the problem of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation because every case is different, and finding the right treatment can mean the difference between just an okay experience and an amazing one. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and at our practices, we offer the full range of ED treatment protocols and can even combine therapies to help make those intimate moments special, both for you and your partner. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're the leader in treating ED in the area. Our medical providers specialize in men's sexual health and understand that no two cases are alike, which means you'll get the right treatment for you based on sound medical evaluation and appropriate applications of medical therapies. Plus, we offer treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most men, you'll get your sex life back. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Colorado, it's time to take our recycling to the next level. That's why Recycle-On Colorado is bringing you more curbside and drop-off service from peaks to prairies. Guidelines as clear as our skies, so you know what goes where. And the price? As free as gawking at Bighorns on I-70. You deserve a recycling system you can count on, like your puffiest winter coat. And we're here to give it to you. Learn more at recycleon.org/Colorado.
Robbie Dino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled over 7,000 cases, 300 trials. Let's face it, divorce is really impactful. You may have a controlling spouse. You may have a violent spouse. You may have been a victim of a domestic violence. You may be wrongfully accused of domestic violence. This all affects parenting rights. And let's face it, the kids are the most important. These are the things that need to be handled. They need to be handled appropriately by someone that's going to protect your kids and protect your rights. Hit me up at BeatTheDA.com, 720-706-5151.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. The most intelligent Wi-Fi? Well, it's Wi-Fi that can actually heal itself when there's a problem. The most reliable Wi-Fi for streaming, gaming, working from home. Wi-Fi in every corner of your home, side to side, top to bottom. Wi-Fi that's security blanket for your network. Fiber-powered network with 99.999% reliability. Wi-Fi built for speed, powered by fiber. Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together seamlessly. Lock in 5 years of predictability. 5 years on the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi with our best equipment. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Price lock guaranteed for 5 years. Same price, no contracts. No commitments, everything you need included. Data, equipment, and the most reliable Wi-Fi. Imagine that. It's only from my friends at Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision, RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Don't care for my local hometown team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Don't get fooled by out-of-state private equity corporations that are buying local HVAC companies, offering higher prices, bad service, and shady sales tactics. Don't trust your home to someone out of state when you have the best company right here in town. ROX are experts in local energy rebates and tax credits to save you money only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
That's what motivate you, ZB. That's all I'm trying to do. Motivate you. Make the right decision.
Having some fun here on a Monday. Ryan says, Phil just loves to argue. I will say he does know exactly what to say to get Zach going. And I'm here for it.
Yeah, oh, gosh. I'm an instigator. Back in the day, my mother used to say, you were the smart child. Well, thank you, Mama. Want to know why? Because I would start something with my brothers and sisters. Then I knew how to just kind of ease away, kind of go into the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, my brother Zach, Cherie, Sparkle, Marcus, they just keep it going. Getting in trouble, arguing. All of a sudden you look up, you're not arguing with me anymore. You're arguing with my parents. And now they're getting in trouble while I'm sitting there watching cartoons, baby.
So you're close enough to the fire to get warm, but not actually in it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh,
get your toe in it.
I love it.
And get out.
I love it. All right. So ESPN's analytics assigned the win probability for every matchup for Deion Sanders and the Buffs. All right. So this is ESPN's proprietary model, Football Power Index, for short, FPI. All right. And it's real simple. We've talked about this for years. They gather every single data point known to man concerning the game of football, and then they put it all in the computer, and they simulate the game thousands of times, and it spits out a number, right? And so these numbers will change as the information and the data changes, all right? But for right now, from where we sit, we have a win probability for every game for CU, all right? Starting with at Georgia Tech, in very early September. They're playing on a Thursday night. I think it's September 3rd, I want to say. Mm-hmm. In Atlanta, the Buffs have a 42% chance to win, Phil.
Okay. That's better than I thought, ZB. I thought it was going to be like a 35, 33% chance, 42% chance for Coach Prime to go out there and prove to the world that he does have a football team that is ready to compete. Maybe he shocks the world again like he did his first season with the Buffs and playing TCU, and his son and Travis Hunter were able to go into TCU and win that game. So for Coach Prime, this is a big-time game for him, to show the world that, hey, we're not messing around, that I have been truthful about my coaching staff, and I feel like I have one of the best coaching staffs I ever had. All right, the players I brought in, I've rewarded them from these smaller division schools, and they're hungry and they're ready to show that they belong in the Big 12. And you have to go out there and play. But also for Coach Prime, hey, this is a welcome home situation where, hey, I'm from Atlanta. I played there, and I get to go back home and have a little bit of fun and hopefully add a win to it.
Well, this is 42%. I think I think you take that right now.
Yeah.
Then Weber State week 2, Buffs have a 97% chance to win. That's sort of like a formality game. Just don't get hurt. At Northwestern in week 3, the Buffs have a 47% chance to win. All right, on the road. Week 4 at Baylor. I was surprised at this number. According to ESPN's Football Power Index, they give the Buffs a 36% chance to win at Baylor down there in Waco. They're a better operation. I thought Dave Aranda was going to get fired not long ago.
I know.
But they have put together a decent little class, and we'll see what this looks like. But 36%, that's lower than I had anticipated before clicking on this. Texas Tech, man, this is the lowest of the season. According to ESPN's Football Power Index, the Buffs only have a 15% chance to win in Boulder against the Red Raiders.
The Red Raiders. I mean, they're buying these players, okay? They're buying their way to winning. How'd that go for them last year? Not good enough, right? Yeah, you had this team that you put $100 million into, or a lot close to that, and yet you don't get to where you need to go. So for the Raiders, let's see what they do. Now they don't have Sorsby.
Right.
Sorsby can't play because he's gambling on his teammates, just like ZB would gamble on me. If that was illegal, he'd be.
I gambled on you against James Marilat for a Shanahan steak dinner.
Yeah, you did
for
bring that
1,000
up.
yards. Literally had your back before I even knew you. All right. Yeah,
Shout out.
15% likelihood against Texas Tech. Then you get to Utah. We're approaching mid-season here. Utah in Boulder. All right, new operation. You're not at Rice Eccles. You're up there at Folsom. No Kyle Whittingham anymore. They give the Buffs a 48% chance to win. That is a lot higher than I would have guessed. Considering that program in recent years and the dynamic against CU here. The following week at Oklahoma State. All right, so you're on the road. The Buffs have a 46% chance to win, according to ESPN's Football Power Index. K-State, now you're officially in the second half of the season. K-State at home, 56% chance the Buffs have to win, so they'll be a legitimate favorite in that game. The following week, down in Arizona State, at Arizona State rather, a 42% chance to win that game against
Sun Devils.
Sun Devils, Dante's Sun Devils. Hey, real quick, give us a 20-30% or 20 to 30 second synopsis on who Arizona State football is supposed to be this year. No Sam Levitt anymore, right? Kenny Dillingham still in the fold. Where are we at with the Sun Devils? Your Sun Devils.
My Sun Devils. Kenny Dillingham turning down Michigan to State ASU football school. But no, I think we're going to be good again. At this point, it's just you trust in Kenny Dillingham. There was a lot of turnover between his first good year when they went to the playoffs to even last year. And he is a quarterback whisperer. So there's a true freshman, Jake Fetty, who's in the running, and then a transfer from Kentucky, Cutter Boley. One of those guys is going to get the job, but at this point, I think Dillingham's going to develop whoever that quarterback is. Strong running back transfers. I believe one's from Army and one was from a smaller school. I can't remember. Omarion Miller, wide receiver from CU.
Yeah.
They also brought in a Boston College guy. He's a big guy, like 6'4". So the receiving core should be up there again. I think it's the kind of the model that Dion's brought in the last year of these under-recruited guys that are just dogs and going to go out there and play really hard. That's what Kenny Dillingham cares about.
So stealing Coach Prime's philosophy. I like it.
Well, I think it's a little bit the other way around.
Okay.
I think Dion's stealing Kenny's philosophy, but I think they're going to be a gritty team. I would guess 8-4 kind of team.
8-4. Okay. So that's at Arizona State, later stages, with about 5 weeks left in the season down there.
So they're pretty much going to be cheeks. Got it.
We'll see. He's got a good track record over there. And then his old quarterback, Sam Levitt, is now going to play for Lane Kiffin at LSU. So keep an eye on that. A lot of talent on that LSU team. Houston, all right, in Boulder, ESPN's Football Power Index gives the Buffs a 51% chance to beat Willie Fritz's Cougars. And then there's 3 weeks left of the season at Cincinnati. This is a lower number than I expected against the Bearcats. The Buffs have a 41% chance to win. Central Florida, the final game of the year in Boulder, the Buffs have a chance, the 68% chance to win according to ESPN's Football Power Index forecast. So it's not going to fall like this every week, right? It's sports. It's not a computer game. But judging on these numbers, if it did fall out like this, the Buffs record would be 4-8. and I think there would be some upset people.
Oh, yes. I'm going to be one of them. Very upset. Look, I'm not looking for the Buffs to win 9 games this year. But because of what Prime has done and bringing in some certain coaches, okay, Brendan Marion with the go-go offense, adding some of these young players and players from these lower divisions that are hungry and want to prove that they belong there, and just being more experienced at the position at head coach with Coach Prime and being healthy. Let me say that again, and being healthy. Coach Prime's not worried about the cancer anymore. He can focus on his team and not worried about, hey, am I going to live this next day? Which we all know, like, it's scary. You never know when that next thing can come back and bite you in the butt. So I think that you're going to see a team that I'm not saying is going to win 4 games. I have them winning 6 games this year, maybe 7, but 6 games, going bowling, and then you build off this year.
All right, you want to react to that? You can hit us up, RamosLaw.com text line if you so desire, 303-713-1043, as well as our YouTube chat powered by Sean Ponda. Do you remember that story from 2025 where a Denver Broncos coach punched a Denver police officer? Well, we have a follow-up to that story, and we'll give it to you next.
4 straight 50-win seasons. A quiet offseason that's drawing bottom-of-the-league grades, and yet Vegas still has the Nuggets over-under at 49.5 wins. So, is Jokic enough to keep Denver in the conversation while the rest of the West gets better? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Cracks in the drywall? Water in the basement? Concrete sinking or shifting? Guys, you need to call my friends at Homestrong, the highest rated structural company in the state with over 300 5-star Google reviews. They're family owned, over 20 years of experience, and highly trained inspectors who start with a free inspection and quote. They handle foundation repair, waterproofing, crawl space encapsulation, egress windows, concrete lifting, decorative concrete, and full basement conversions. Guys, most work includes a lifetime transferable warranty, plus financing options are available. Listen close. If the work you need is at or below the ground, Homestrong is the best in town. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
Over his Hall of Fame career, Terrell Davis racked up impressive numbers. 65 touchdowns, 2 championships, almost 8,000 rushing.
That's why I bank at Colorado Credit Union.
That's a weird segue.
Colorado Credit Union treats me like a person, not a number.
With personal service, great rates, and smart financial advice.
And those are just 3 great perks.
We can stop with the numbers now.
You don't have to be a legend to bank like one at Colorado Credit Union. Visit ccu.org. Terms and restrictions apply. Federally insured by the NCUA.
This July is America's 250th birthday, and Low T Center is celebrating 250 years of freedom with our 250 for 250 deal. All month long, men who start testosterone therapy and stay with it for 90 days earn $250. So if you're over 40 with low energy, sex drive, not feeling yourself, don't stay that way. Low T Center is raising the T of American patriots from sea to shining sea. Come celebrate 250 years of America with Low T Center's 250 for 250 deal, because bringing back energy and vitality of your youth is worth celebrating. Go to fixmylowt.com to book a free T test. That's fixmylowt.com. Offer ends July 31st. Terms and conditions apply.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen. And oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live. And you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975 in Boulder, has a championship-level lineup ready for you to test drive and take home today. They currently have specials on both the BMW X3 and X5 models. The BMW X3 model is a luxury compact SUV that offers balanced handling and a powertrain variety. The BMW X5 model is a high-performance powerhouse luxury model that offers you a thrilling driving experience. They also have a great pre-owned BMW lineup as well. Schedule your test drive today. Go to GebhardtBMW.com.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975.
You know that feeling, sitting at the kitchen table, staring at a stack of bills, wondering how you got here? Credit cards, car payments, subscriptions you forgot about. It all piles up. But here's the thing. If you own a home, you're sitting on the answer. American Financing can help you declutter your monthly bills into a single manageable payment. Their salary-based mortgage consultants look at your entire financial picture, not just one piece, all right? The average customer savings is $800 a month. You may delay 2 mortgage payments and may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there is never any upfront fees or obligation with American Financing. This is a family-owned lender, not one of those big banks where you're just a number. So pick up the phone and start that conversation at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or simply visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Summer weather can be full of surprises. If your home has been affected by the recent storms, trust a local professional roofer with decades of combined experience. Golden Spike Roofing is here for all your repair or roof replacement needs. Call today for a free inspection and estimate for roofing done right down to the last nail.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
Brandon Stokely here from my friends at Roller Auction. Do you have items you're looking to sell? Since 1976, Roller Auction has been conducting commercial and industrial auctions for Colorado government agencies, Fortune 500 companies, small business owners, secured creditors, individuals, and more. They have a large marketplace to showcase your assets, so don't wait. Visit RollerAuction.com for a free consultation and turn those items into some cold, hard cash. Again, go visit them at RollerAuction.com. That's RollerAuction.com.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Little Forrest Frank on the way out here.
There you go.
Forrest Frank at Ball Arena tonight. The show has been sold out for a long time. And my wife and son Owen and Mia are in their car on the way down there.
Listening to Daddy right now, probably.
Maybe so. Maybe so. If so, hello. Daddy loves you guys. Have fun tonight. So I said going into the last commercial break that, do you remember that story?
I kind of forgot about this, just to be honest with you. I kind of forgot. There was the story from back in February of 2025. So the calendar had just turned over from 24 to 25. And it was linebackers coach, outside linebackers coach Michael Wilhoit. All right, he was on Sean Payton's staff, but he was fired from the Broncos after charges were filed in an alleged incident with a police officer at DIA. You remember he was like in the second lane and got out of his Ford Bronco and was going to handle something, and basically like he got back to the car, and you're not supposed to leave your car there unattended. And he got back to the car, and so the story went like the cop was like, hey, you can't do that. And the Broncos outside linebackers coach Michael Wilhoit told the officer, shut the F up. And the officer came back and said, hey, dude, you can't, blah, blah, blah. And apparently he told him the same thing again.
Yeah.
And then the cop walked up on him and like bumped him. And this Michael Wilhoit Broncos coach punched the officer, like rocked his jaw, knocked him back. He, I think hurt his wrist, I think, from the report as he was trying to catch himself from, being knocked out on the ground.
And Michael Wilhoit, yeah, that's a big boy.
It's a big boy.
He was a linebacker in the league for some years.
He was, for Sean Payton.
Yes.
I want to say in New Orleans. And so all those charges, including second-degree felony assault of a police officer, have been dismissed. All right? That development happened last month, according to 9 News and 104.3 The Fan insider Mike Kliss. A civil case against Wilhoit is still pending. All right, so civil case, maybe get some money from that.
Yep.
Criminal case sounds like it has been dismissed. Now, the Broncos and Wilhoit may actually join forces again with this matter behind them. All right, and yeah, so there's a tweet from this morning, and it says, and this is from CBS Sports' Matt Zenitz. He said the Broncos are likely bringing back former Denver outside linebackers coach Michael Wilhoit as a member of their staff. Charges from a 2025 arrest that led to him being fired were dismissed in June. Before that, he worked for Denver in 2023 and 2024. Luca Evans of the Denver Post added that no agreement has been finalized yet with Wilhoit and the team. So it's unclear, but it seems like these two parties could be moving in the direction of getting back together.
Oh, there you go. A second chance, right? Everybody deserves a second chance, and maybe this is letting us know what's going to happen with Jonathan Cooper, right? When all that stuff gets cleared and the charges are dropped, if they're ever dropped, then maybe they're like, hey, man, we're not even thinking about moving you. Even if it's next year, you're part of this team for good because we believe in you. So how you feel about that? Charges are dropped.
And this is noteworthy, he had no criminal history.
No criminal history.
So it did seem like it was just a really bad day for whatever reason, whatever. But that being said, even if you have no criminal history, you can't go around punching out police officers because you're having a bad day.
Oh, you can't. But that police officer can't bump you either and think he can use his power just because he's a police officer. Because if you take the blue off and the badge and somebody just bumps you, what you gonna do, Z?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's also in the wrong, right, in what he was doing. I see it both ways. I don't like someone assaulting a police officer. Doesn't sit well with me. But at the same time, if I had no criminal history, well, answer me this. If I have no criminal history, all right, and I knock out a police officer, am I getting hired back by the fan?
I mean, I would give you a second chance. I would give you a second chance. I don't know what they're gonna do. What do you think?
I feel torn on this because I think there should be real consequences for breaking the law, and we live in a
hold on, breaking the law because he hit a police officer. If it was just a regular person, he'd be good.
No.
What did he break the law for?
No. You don't think he broke the law by punching out a police officer?
I mean, so I just asked you if it was somebody else. Is he breaking the law?
I'm asking you. Did he break the law by punching out a police officer?
So if a police officer can push you, say what he wants to say because he's a police officer.
But you're the one saying him, right? Shut the F up when he's asking you to move your car.
Charges were dropped.
Charges were dropped.
So maybe it wasn't illegal.
No. That's not how this works.
Charges were dropped.
It doesn't retroactively not become illegal because charges were dropped.
It's Colorado being soft on crime.
Well, that's part of what I have a problem with. It's like you can do crazy stuff and you're just out. Doesn't really matter. It's like
this man doesn't deserve a second chance. I see where you're going with this, EB. Damn.
If he's got no other criminal history and did all the right things, I suppose, yeah, let's give him a second chance. That's ultimately where I fall. And you got fired. You were out of coaching for a couple years here.
Yeah.
So there was a real penalty. Yeah, give him a second chance. Just don't hit any more cops.
You can hit anybody else, just not a cop.
Don't hit anyone. How about that?
I agree with you on that.
All right.
Don't hit everybody.
We'll end with some agreement that you shouldn't go around punching people when you're the one illegally parked. All right. Best of luck to Coach Wilhoit back in Denver. All right. We'll leave it there. We'll be back tomorrow.
Longest yards, baby. We're bringing the longest yards team in here, huh? Gridiron gang.
They needed a bad boy. All right, we'll leave it there for now. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock. It's Denver Sports Tonight with Mike Rice and Dante Gomez. Next.
You'll never find
They're back. Our free limited edition Training Camp 2026 t-shirts. We currently have drops at various Santiago's Mexican restaurants across the metro area. Limit 1 per person while supplies last. For more details and to find the location nearest you, head to DenverSports.com/shirt.
What is going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And I know there's at least 50 of you listening to me right now who are thinking about